We had 10K subs on YouTube. Pretty cool. Gonna celebrate here on our live stream on a Friday night. Gonna get into the Super Bowl as well. Maybe mention a juicy NHL futures prop that we're gonna bet that I already bet. So before we get into everything, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something from the merch store. It is 100% USDA Man Friday, which means we honor Matt Millen. If you want to do that or buy any other shirt, you can do so here at the merch store. 15% off sale. You could change the colors of any of these. You can get long sleeve, hoodie, infant onesie, women's tank top. I almost said infant tank top and women's onesie. That'd be a little weird, but you can get that as well as everything else, including the mugs, our famous apron, our baseball cap. We're going to be adding stuff very soon in the next 2 weeks, so look out for that. You go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of all these glorious people, as you can see on the cover, as well as many others. And my first book was The Safety and Field Goal, which is a top 5 topic book about football. Also, please consider super chats, super stickers. That's the best way to support the show. Kevin Kovac helped us out with a $21 super chat or $20 worth of super chats on Tuesday. And K Make an Eagle gave us a super chat yesterday. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everyone else in the past who's helped us out. And like I said, it's Q1, which means it's pretty low ad rate. So if you really want to keep the show going and help us out, that is the best way to do it. All right, we are joined by Tom at Quacky T. Tom, how are you? How were your travels last we's and how's your week 21?
Walter, here we are again. Hello to you and hello to everyone out there in the Walter football family. Yeah, there's a lot to get into today. Some great conference championship games, which I'm sure we'll touch on at some point. But this Super Bowl matchup is going to be interesting. I've kind of gone back and forth. I'm not even sure if I've really picked a side, but I'm sure we'll get into it. But hey, before we do, we've got some other important matters to get into. Hey, what's your official stance on mint flavor, like mint chocolate chip ice cream and that sort of thing?
I'm always like lukewarm on it, and I don't hate it. I don't love it either. If I have to have it, it's like if it's the only thing, I'll eat it. It's I like mint flavor gum.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evan, 10K, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
hey,
cool.
What's up, Evan?
Hey, Evan. Hope you're having a great Friday night. All right. So I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about mint?
I'm anti-mint candies or ice cream for the most part. I don't know how can and a lot of people look at me like you're crazy for that because I know it's a beloved flavor. But I mean, I just when I think of mint or anything like that, I think of something to freshen my breath, not ice cream or candy or how about a York peppermint patty? Ugh.
Oh, those are good.
Why would you? It tastes like a breath freshener. Like I don't know.
I like the chocolate and the mint combined. I kind of like the combination. It's not like my favorite. It's like an average. If it's there, I'll eat it, but it's not like something I'll buy at the store. Like, oh, I got to get these peppermint patties. Like, I'll prefer Snickers or Kit Kat or something else. Or you want to go fruit flavor like Jolly Ranchers or Skittles. Like, I'd much prefer those things. But peppermint patties, like it's fine. It's like right in the middle. It's like the little Joe Humphreys of receivers. It's like you prefer your Franklin and Bryant's, but you'd rather have him over, I don't know, Marvin Mims or something. So he's the average receiver. Peppermint patty's the average candy.
Yeah, but have you ever eaten a York peppermint patty? Like seen one, and it sounds like you've only eaten them by proximity and matter of convenience. For the most part here, but you ever seen it and been like, oh, you got excited about a peppermint patty? Oh, I don't think so, man. It's like of all the candies you could choose, a peppermint patty.
I'm excited. I'm excited to if I want candy and I see it, I'm excited to have a candy.
Okay.
I'm not excited. I'm like, oh, cool peppermint patty. I'm like, oh, cool, a candy. But if there's a peppermint patty and a Kit Kat there, I will choose the Kit Kat 9 out of 10 times.
Depends on how desperate you are for candy in the moment. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, well, I'm a big candy eater. I try not to be lately because my teeth are so bad, which is probably probably not why I should be drinking this Pepsi here, although it's real sugar, not that high fructose corn syrup is crap. But I don't know. I used to eat so much more candy in the past. Like I used to like when I went to my grandparents' house when I was a kid, they always had this like huge tin of Jolly Ranchers, and like it
Oh
was like
wow.
every flavor too. It was like orange and peach was in there, strawberry, like
Yeah.
they like every flavor, and like no matter what, it was always full. Like it was like completely mystifying to me as a kid because like I was like what 6, 7 when I was there, and like
Yeah.
every time I went there, it was always full to the brim, and like I'd have like 5 or 6, and then my sister would have like 5 or 6, and it wouldn't be full anymore. But the next time I go, it was full again. It was just like it
Yeah.
was like magic. It was awesome.
Yeah, like the bottomless Jolly
Yeah,
Ranchers.
exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, my as I think this is pretty common among grandchildren in the 90s probably, but like one of my grandmothers, she had like those like strawberry candies, like the wrapper is like a strawberry and like the
Yeah,
top of it is green. You twist them.
yeah.
Um, she always had like an old cookie tin full of those. That was like the same thing for me. Always seemed like it was never ending. They always had they were always in there. But those were I don't really see those too often. Those strawberry suckers, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while. My grandparents also, later on, um, I guess the sign of the times with the inflation being bad. Like they I feel like they downgraded from Jolly Ranchers to like this weird Russian candy, like later on and like during my teenage years. And I remember one time, I actually wrote about this in the book. Like one time I visited my grandpa, and he had these like weird candy, like one was it was like a tiny wrapper, and like it would be there was like an umbrella on one, and there was like a key on another, and there was like a chicken on one. I'm like, what are these flavors? Like I don't understand. And my grandpa was like, trust me, they're good. I'm like, really? He's like, I was like, actually, I've never had one. You could try one. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want this. And so he unwrapped the umbrella one, put it in his mouth. He's like, it's disgusting.
One had a chicken on it.
Yeah, it was
Oh, that's
so weird. I
horrible.
was like, why do you have these weird flavors? I want to have some umbrella flavor candy.
That that reminds me. Have you heard of that? It's like a Jelly Belly. You know the Jelly Bean Jelly Belly. It's a game. It's called Bean Boozled, where they have like regular Jelly Belly flavors in jelly beans, and then they have the most disgusting flavors you could ever imagine flavors, and you have to like taste them, like guess which one is which. But I'm
Oh yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah.
like really vile and disgusting things like vomit flavor or like dirty dishwasher water
Yes,
or
yes.
like vomit or like stale popcorn. It's like, why
Yeah.
would anybody subject themselves to that?
Well, they had that from Harry Potter. It's like I forget what it's called in Harry Potter, but they have that. And one time I was over at my in-laws' house, and like someone brought a box of it, and like everyone had one, and like one person had like the earwax or something. And
Oh
I was like, I don't want this. Like
yeah.
I could go for a jelly bean right now, but I don't want like vomit or earwax or poop flavor.
Yeah,
Like why do it? Like it's disgusting.
I don't know.
And,
Maybe it's like a game to play. Like I guess
yeah,
maybe kids like. I don't know, man. I think it's. I'm not saying if you're watching and you played the game. I'm not saying like I'm not hating on you for playing the game, but I would never want to subject. Like I'm probably gonna end up picking the wrong one at some point
yeah.
and eating something disgusting. I'm not interested in doing that.
Yeah, I don't want
But
to. I,
yeah,
I want no part of that. It's so disgusting. I don't know where like J.K. Rowling came up with that, but she's being like prison for just for thinking of that. And, like make it come to life because people reading the books like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it in
yeah.
real life. It's like no,
Oh,
it's
man.
a fiction. It's a work of fiction for a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. Oh
Like
my
you
god,
we're not going to build a building where the staircases switch all around, and you're not going to know where you're going to
yeah.
go, and you could fall off the staircase. Like we're not doing that. So why are we doing like weird flavored jelly beans?
Yeah, I can't get involved in that situation. You remember the candy cigarettes?
Oh
They
yeah,
don't really
yeah.
have them anymore. In hindsight, it is kind of like, what was that about even? It
I
is
don't
pretty
know.
weird when you think about it. Like,
I mean, it had to have been the cigarette companies like trying to make
oh yeah.
yeah, trying to make it seem cool because you're a kid and like we're like, oh, I'm smoking a cigarette, ha ha ha, because you see all the adults do it and you want to be an adult
Yeah.
when you're a kid.
They had like a little rodeo cowboy on the front
Right,
of them, or
right.
Lucky Strike, the horseshoe, right?
Yeah. It's yeah, you don't see those anymore. I think because the anti-smoking lobbyists and whatnot probably shut it down. I don't know. I haven't. Well, maybe they still make them, but I haven't seen them in a long time. So
Yeah,
maybe if you go to like a specialty candy store, you might be able to get one.
a specialty candy store. Hey, how
Yeah, they
often?
did. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, those. Yeah, they have those.
okay. Oh, I guess maybe. Yeah, I'm sure you can find them somewhere, but
But they're
I
all like
haven't.
all over Las Vegas. They're like it's like there's like one in every like hotel basically.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've down the shore. If you go to like Ocean City, there's like 5 of them on the boardwalk.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to get me some candy cigarettes. How often do you see people smoking regular cigarettes anymore? I feel like you hardly ever see anybody. If
Oh
people are
no,
smoking, it's vape
I
or
see it a lot. I see it a lot.
really.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't see too many people smoking actual cigarettes anymore. In
I see it
fact,
a lot. Yeah.
I would go as far to say as it's almost like kind of rare to see. I don't.
I don't know. Maybe I'm around scoundrels or something, but I
No,
see
that's
a lot of.
you're assuming that people who smoke. No,
They are.
no, it's
It's
just
just
like I
like
just feel like more people have do the vape thing now.
I see the vape thing a little bit. It's I definitely see way more cigarettes. I don't know. Maybe I'm a special case here, but I see it a lot actually.
Really?
So yeah, oh yeah. My brother-in-law smokes, for instance,
Okay. Okay.
and like every time we hang out, it's like the most. I love my brother-in-law. He's annoying. It's so annoying when we're like playing cards and like after like every game, he's like, oh, I have to go out and smoke a cigarette. Like
Mm.
dude, you just smoked a cigarette 20 minutes ago. You have to smoke again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah. No,
and
I get it.
yeah, I have other family members who smoke as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's pretty prevalent for me. I hate it personally because I think it's so smells so bad. Like it's I used to hate going out to bars back when smoking was legal in bars, and like you'd come home smelling like cigarette smoke. Like you'd have to either shower or like strip off your bed
Yeah. Yeah.
the next day if you didn't shower. It was horrible, man.
Yeah, no, I remember that too. You know, the thing about it, it's interesting. Like about 7 years ago, I dated a girl who smoked like regularly, and you know, it's weird because I never smoked cigarettes. And when I was with her, I would bum some. That's I know I was drinking back then, but like I don't know. I just could never. It never really did anything for me. Holy cow, the
Well, I
boss!
know the boss. Wow,
Oh, thank you.
$50 super chat. Thank you, the boss. Great season, Walt. Thanks for the info. Let's hit big this draft. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll have to get Charlie to give us some great winners. But thank you so much, the boss. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Always glad to see you on here. You and several others are always on and always providing like great feedback in the comments. So thank you so much for helping
Yeah,
us get to
appreciate
10K.
it.
Just really appreciate it. So that's awesome. I did not expect the $50 super chat. That's
Wow.
fantastic. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now what was I saying? Oh, the smoking thing. Yeah, because I don't like the smell either. But like back like when I used to drink and like go to bars, I don't know. I kind of liked the smell. There was like some sort of like this is gonna sound weird maybe, but like there's like a sexy intrigue to it of some kind.
Sexy
Like
intrigue.
and like when you're out like living like that, you know, that college party life or whatever. Now I wouldn't, you know, I mean, I don't drink anymore, so I'm not, that's just not my scene. But it didn't bother. I didn't like it, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But
I think it's more about the lifestyle back then than the actual smell, right? Like if you weren't
yeah,
having fun going out with your friends, like would you have liked the smell of it, or maybe that had to do with the fun part of
that's yeah,
things?
that certainly could be too. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a lot of fun. You know, that lifestyle, you never know what could happen any given night. You go out and
yeah,
like
yeah, sure.
it was wild, you know. I
No,
was
for
there for
sure.
6 years. Like it's crazy.
Man, thinking about old Super Bowls. I was thinking about remember 06, 07 when Devin Hester ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah, but I believe Andy bet on that. He hit that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he hit the bet. He said he did, and the payout was awesome. It was like in the 30s, 30-1 or
Wow.
something. Yeah,
That's incredible. Wow,
yeah.
I would definitely take that with Hester too.
Oh yeah.
There's
Why would they kick to him? That's so stupid.
I know. There's nobody better. Remember he had a great year that year too. Remember that Monday night game, the Bears against Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
That was the infamous
Right.
the Denny Green Bears are who we thought they were.
And we let him off the hook.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was 07, 08, right?
I thought it was 06.
Oh no, 06, 07. I mean, yeah. I just said that. Yeah, 06, 07. But yeah, the Bears came. They had 3 special teams and defensive touchdowns, but Devin Hester, I think he had the third one, right? It's like, dude,
Yep.
why are you kicking to him?
So stupid.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He was incredible though. Like he
Yeah.
could make it so good, so good.
Yeah, he's all. I mean, he's one of a kind. I mean, we haven't seen anything close to that since then.
Dante Hall.
Dante Hall's before Devin Hester.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're saying since. I still think Hester's better, of course.
Hall used to go the X. Used to go X. I don't know why X. You think like an H for Hall or a D? And he said yes, the touchdown won multiple props, including defensive touchdown, Bears score first, and others. That's awesome.
Wow,
yeah, I know you profited off that, Andy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
That's
Rashid
awesome.
Shaheed's gonna do it again. We'll see. In this game, he did it against the Niners right away, and that kind of ended that game very quickly.
That was kind of like not that memorable of a Super Bowl for me. I mean, I mean, it was cool because it was Peyton's first one, but it was a pretty boring game. It was pretty rainy. Remember?
Yeah, it was the Prince halftime show.
I don't watch the halftime shows.
You're not going to watch the Bugs Bunny or Bad Bunny, whatever his name is.
I don't watch any halftime show. To be fair, I dislike all halftime shows equally. It doesn't make a bit of difference. I won't give it the time of day. And I'm not. Look, I don't mean to sound like such a curmudgeon. I don't know. And I understand I'm in the minority of this because it's such like for many, it's the only reason they tune into the game, for people who don't really like sports, and that's fine. Like I don't know why. I just never understood it. I just never understood like the halftime show. Like I don't know. I just don't want to see that now. I don't understand the intrigue.
It's not for us. It's not for us. It's not for anyone watching or this live stream. Yeah. It's for the normies who want to tune in and say, "Oh, I saw Bugs Bunny at halftime show." I'm
not like making fun of anyone who likes it. I understand I'm in the minority. I think I'm there's just probably something wrong with me, but I don't know. It's weird. I never liked it or like look forward to a halftime show.
I don't think you're in the minority. I actually think you're in the majority, and I think the NFL tries to placate to the minority to get more viewers, but in the end it's just people tuning in to the halftime show and like people at Super Bowl parties who aren't really paying attention to it. Like we used to have Super Bowl parties here all the time before we had kids, and it would be like let's say we had like 25 people here, right? It would be me and like probably like 12 dudes who are like tuned into the game like pretty intently, and maybe like 3 or 4 other guys who are like, chatting, but also tuning in. Oh, what happened? And then go back to chatting. And then like the rest, like what, 8, 9 girls or something, they would all be like, "Oh, did you see what Sue was wearing today?" Like you could hear in the background. and then they're like, "Oh, did the halftime show happen yet?" "No, it didn't happen." "Okay, I wonder what she's gonna wear." Like you hearing the stuff in the background. And I'm like, I just want to watch this game. I'm like, why are you people here? And then it's like, oh, okay, well, I forgot we're gonna be drinking afterward, and it's gonna be fun after. That's why people are here is for afterward, and not during the game. So I think it's like people like not even watching the game; they're just there, and the halftime show is just part of it. But
Yeah.
But you said you never watch it or you hate it no matter what. There's no artist that would be like, you'd be like, oh my, it'd be like, okay, I'm looking forward to this. Like there's none.
No.
What if it was David Weiss?
No, it wouldn't matter. I don't want to watch it. I don't
You
know
don't watch
why.
David Weiss compose Donkey Kong Country music? I think that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Just maybe, but just not there, not now. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't mean to sound like a curmudgeon, because if you enjoy this halftime show like most normal people, that's awesome. I'm just saying I'm not trying to be a hater. I don't know why. I just have like no interest in it. Like I think it's so funny every year. It's like a big reveal. Like who would care? To me, it's like I would never even care. I don't
Um,
know.
I,
But
I don't
again, I'm the one that's nuts. So
I don't really care either. I'm sure Evan would agree if he's still in here. Like I use halftime to look at like halftime props and like figure out what we're gonna do. You know, especially now that we're doing these ladders. So that is how I'm gonna spend my halftime.
right.
I do not live streams, but like live reactions to each Super Bowl. And so I do want to watch the main halftime show just to like comment on it in my live feed on it. And I'm sure it's gonna be all negative, you know. Like I heard rumors this guy's gonna be wearing a dress or something just to make a statement. It's like make a statement that you like get guys or something. I don't know. Is that the statement is gonna make? Whatever
I don't
floats
know
your boat,
anything
you know.
about it.
Whatever floats your boat, but like I don't. I heard it's terrible, and I know there's an alternative halftime show that Turning Point USA is running. I don't know who's singing there. But I'll be watching the main halftime show just so I can like comment on how bad it is because I'm sure it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I won't be tuning in for any of it under any circumstances.
So what are you gonna do during halftime? Just gonna step out,
Yeah, I usually leave the room.
have a candy cig outside.
Yeah, man, that's what. That was good. That was good. Yeah, I got to step out for a candy cigarette. Exactly.
Imagine doing that.
Man,
There's like 3 people smoking outside, and you're like, let's do I kind of want to do that. Like,
that was good. That was good. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't get into it.
I did miss the Janet Jackson halftime show. It's something I always regret. I've never seen it. I've never like looked it up. Because I used like that Super Bowl year, I lived in North Halls, like in a different room, and it was a different room. It was maybe the same room. I don't know. No, it was the same. It was the same room. It was the year before you got there, I believe, right?
Okay.
It was 0304, I think. Or maybe it was 0203. Was it 0203? I think it was 0203. It was the second Patriots Super Bowl, right? The Panthers Patriots. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it's Patriots.
The year we met was Eagles Patriots Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I think right. So I think it was 0304. I think that was the year that Jen Jackson did it. And I lived in the same room, and I went to Blue Spoon to get a slice of pizza and a hoagie. And by the time I got back, that's what everyone was talking about. And I was like, oh, what did I miss? And I bought dinner, you know.
Well, luckily you have the internet to check it out anytime you like.
Yeah, I just never have. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, why. Really?
I've never seen it.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you're ready then.
After all these years, finally.
Yeah, man. How about speaking of kickoff returns for touchdowns in the Super Bowl? How about remember Percy Harvin didn't play all year? He was hurt, and then he came back for the Super Bowl and ran back the opening kickoff of the second half. That was dope, man. I always liked Percy. Percy Harvin was great, and it's just like he still got a ring. I thought that was cool.
The Collard Kector is the self-proclaimed Collard Kector. Don't remember that video. It's like, hey Percy, how long have you been collecting cards? I've been a Collard Kector for 20 years.
Oh, is that...
What is a Collard Kector?
Collard.
Yeah,
that's
what he said.
Everyone hated that Super Bowl too, the 43-8 Seahawks won.
Yeah, Evan brought it up the other day because we almost had Seahawks Broncos again.
Yeah.
And that was almost it, and that would have been a disaster, I think, if the Broncos had won, because it would have been not just a team that skated by on wins over like close wins over mediocre bad teams all year. You would have the backup quarterback in there with Stidham,
Oh, you mean Denver this year? Okay, I thought you meant the Super Bowl, Denver and Seattle. Okay, I misunderstood.
Well, we could have had. That's what I'm saying. We could have had a rematch of Seattle Denver again,
Right.
with that 43-8. We had we had that was that blowout. So
Yeah,
so like, and that's what I've been talking about. Like we could have had a rematch of Seahawks Broncos, which was horrible the first time, and then this one would have been probably worse because
yeah,
you would have had Stidham against the Seattle defense.
yeah. You know what? Because I did like the Seahawks in that Super Bowl. I think they were +4, and but I thought it would be like a field goal game. I didn't, because remember that Denver team was when I say mowing down everybody, like mowing down everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and then for it to be like just an absolute massacre. I mean, nothing went right for Denver. It was just such a such a shock that it went down the way it did. Hey, thanks, Ron the Don.
Yeah, Ron the Don, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. He's asking here, while Declan Doyle Ravens grade, been waiting for it. I was out all day, so I didn't get a chance. I saw that the Ravens hired him to be the offense coordinator like 6 hours ago. I've been it was my mom's birthday, so we were out at dinner and then like get the kids to bed and then came home, went to the bathroom, and then hopped on here. I've been not in front of my computer at all. I like the grade. He's a young, sharp, offensive minded guy. Like you would think that he would be good long term. I think for the Ravens, we'll see. Maybe get Lamar Jackson some new ideas, have him excited to play football. With some new schemes and stuff like that. So. He studied under Ben Johnson, so I think it's a good hire. We'll see. But I don't have anything negative to say about it. That's so I think it's a good move. I'll post the grade once I'm done here. Once we're done on the show. So, but yeah, basically probably like an A- or something, an A- B+, something in the range. I would think. It's not like a slam dunk. He's not like a proven commodity, but I think it's a good move. Yeah. So thank you, Ron. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a prop for you.
Okay.
How about if your book lets you bet like individual defensive player touchdowns, not just like team defensive touchdowns?
I don't think they do. Let's take a look.
Sometimes
here.
Hard Rock does, but they don't have it posted. Maybe they will eventually. I would take Woolen if you have it like for like to score a defensive touchdown, because after that taunting penalty, and then he gave up that touchdown like right after and almost let him back in the game. Imagine if the Seahawks had lost that, they would have run him out of town proverbially. So if I'm him, I'm thanking my lucky stars, and I'm coming into this game. Not that I mean, it's the damn Super Bowl. There's no motivation no extra motivation is really needed. But if I'm him, like I'm thanking my lucky stars and like coming in super focused. And I don't know, like the Patriots offense hasn't looked super good to me, So it's just like I don't know. I'm interested to see what you think about of the game, man. I've kind of played out both sides, but it could get interesting, man. I think Seattle could run a clinic too, but I have an argument. I mean, I could make an argument for New England as well, which I might.
Yeah, I think you can make an argument for both sides here. I would say this about the Patriots offense: like it hasn't looked good. At the same time, they played against the Chargers defense, which is number 4 in the NFL. Then they played against Houston's defense, which is number 2 in the NFL, and then they played in a blizzard. So, like, they really haven't had a chance
for a quarter and a half. I mean, it's to some extent that certainly contributed, but
Drake May threw one pass in the fourth quarter. Like they didn't even try to throw. They just sat on the ball. Like they knew. I mean, you saw what Denver tried. Whenever Denver tried to move the ball, they couldn't. I said this to Andy 2 nights ago. I said this to Evan last night. I feel like the Broncos could have had like 10 quarters and they couldn't have scored in those conditions. That's how I felt. I had the Broncos plus 3.5, and but I wanted the Patriots to win because I had exactas on them with Seattle and the Rams, and at no point did I feel threatened that the Patriots would lose at all.
Wow.
I just didn't. I thought like it would be 10-7 forever. Like they could have gone. They could have played 4 quarters. It would have been 10-7. Yeah,
that's fair. I'm just saying. I'm thinking about. Okay, well, you're saying all those defenses were strong. Well, I mean, Seattle's defense has been pretty decent.
Yeah, Seattle has Seattle's has some great things going for them defensively, but they have some liabilities too. Like their secondary is not that great. They're horrible against tight ends, and Drake May loves attacking with tight ends, and Drake May can scramble too. So I think this is, and plus if you think about it, the Patriots. Evan brought this up yesterday. The Patriots haven't been forced to do anything offensively. They've had the lead in every game in the second half, and like they've just sat on the ball. They just run the ball. It's you trust Mike Vrabel to have the right game script going. Like that's why Drake May threw just one time in the fourth quarter, and Drake May just didn't have to throw against the Chargers. Why throw against that great pass rush for Houston? Like you just didn't have to do anything. If they trailed, you probably may have seen Drake May do a lot more, but he didn't have to do anything. So I think the stats that you see may just not produce in the playoffs against these great defenses. I think it's misleading.
Okay, I mean, I think there's some merit to that, but like let's look at that Texans game for example. I mean, that 28-16, that should have been 45-16, easy.
Why
easy?
45?
I'm pulling. I'm just for all the turnovers that they had. They had at least, I want to say, at least two 3-and-outs after one of those, after some of the Stroud interceptions. I'm just saying they kind of remind me, like they haven't really shown that they can really put anybody away yet in these playoffs. They've kind of, I don't know, like they've had a pretty easy run, I think, so far.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
think of their previous 5 of the previous 7 opponents, right? They played against Denver's defense, which is highly motivated with the backup quarterback, and I've called Denver's defense like a paper tiger, but they're still above average in defense. They have the most sacks in the NFL. They're paper tiger because their run defense is suspect, and they have some other areas of issues, but their pass rush is amazing, right? So they had Denver, right, and then they have Houston, and you can't expect anyone to score a 45 against Houston. Houston's defense is amazing, like best in the NFL. So they Broncos, they had Texans, the Chargers defense number 4, and Justin Herbert on the other side, and that defense like shut down Herbert. And then 2 easy games in between, and then before that they had Buffalo and Baltimore. So Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, Chargers, Broncos. 5 of the last 7 games. That's not an easy road. That's very difficult. What the Patriots have had. Now they had easy opponents earlier in the year. They had a very easy schedule for a while, but in the second half of the season, it's been a gauntlet, and they've proven themselves every time. They only lost to Buffalo, but they had a 21-0 lead, and Josh Allen came back and was great. That's the only game they lost, and they played high caliber opponents in 5 of their 7 games.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think this Seahawks team, as it's playing right now, is going to be the toughest opponent that New England has faced all season? And if so, by how much?
It's close to Buffalo, very close to Buffalo. I put them in the same category. I think Seattle's maybe a little bit better, but but the thing is, like they played Josh Allen when he was healthy. Josh Allen, got hurt in the Browns game, and he was never the same. Actually, he was in a walking boot yesterday, and he had surgery. So he got hurt in the Cleveland game and just wasn't the same, even though he ran for a lot of yards against the Broncos. So that may have had a reason for why he struggled in the Eagles game in the Week 17 and missed some throws in the Broncos game. So it's really a shame because the Bills should be playing in the Super Bowl, I think, or at least they should have played against the Patriots in the AFC Championship. So it's either Seattle or Buffalo as the toughest team. And we saw the Patriots split with Buffalo. And the second game, the one they lost, they were up 21-0. And that really could have gone either way. That was back and forth in the second half. So yeah. I had both Seattle and Buffalo in the top 3, like for most of the second half of the year.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. So I mean, is there a scenario where this game ends up being, like 37-7 Seahawks, and then we look back and go, oh, well, we were saying all season how New England had the easiest schedule, and now it's really showing here. Like, do you think that's more likely than? I mean, again, this is the Super Bowl. Everyone's motivated, obviously,
right?
But I mean, I think the Seahawks organization really wants this one. This is really going to, mean, you're never going to erase the interception on the one, but at least this is going to put a big Band-Aid on it. I think on some level, at least move the momentum of whatever that energy is that was created by that play, for that fan base. I think I think there's, again, no extra motivation is needed, but I think that certainly plays in Seattle's favor in my opinion. But then, okay, I mean, and then furthermore, is Sam Darnold, a team that terrorized him twice a year when he was on the Jets? Is he, there's probably a little extra motivation there, maybe. But then also, is Sam Darnold going to see ghosts like he did against the Patriots?
Well, it's no Belichick.
Yeah, fair. But look, I think that's unlikely based on the way he's played. But I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. So there's that aspect of it too for Seattle. For coaching, I mean, I'm going to take New England, of course. With Vrabel and his, but he won 3, right, with them, the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then he was on the undefeated team too, right? But they didn't.
I don't know if he was on the undefeated team.
Maybe he wasn't. Brewski was. Maybe
Brewski was still there. Yeah. I don't know if Vrabel was still there.
Okay, maybe not. But yeah. So I don't know. I just.
No, he was there.
I just haven't really seen like New England's offense like really light it up. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Vrabel was on that. Vrabel was on that team.
On the 2017.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he played one more year after that with the Patriots.
Wow. The Matt Castle year after that.
Oh yeah. Castle 2-11-5 did not get the playoffs. Which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about it. So yeah, we haven't seen them light up, but they played like 3 tough defensive battles.
And that's fair, but
like they were lighting it up against the Patriots, against the Bills in the second meeting when they were up 21-0.
Of the 4 teams they face, you think the Seahawks defense is the weakest?
No, I'd say Denver's defense is the weakest.
Oh, okay.
People, that Broncos fans are probably tired of me calling them paper tiger. But no, Denver. If you look metrics wise, according to EPA, I know Andy's listening. He's like EPA. EPA wise, Denver's defense is 13th, I think, or sorry, not including the playoffs. They're 11th. Houston was 4th. Chargers were 2nd, and Seattle's number 1 actually. But like I said, Seattle has some deficiencies. Like Stafford just threw all over them. It's I don't know. I don't think Seattle is the best defense. I think Houston. I think if you're to rank the 4 defenses, Houston's definitely number 1. And then it's maybe Seattle's 2 and the Chargers 3, or maybe vice versa. And then Denver's definitely 4. So, yeah, I mean, this is it's an easier defensive game than it was against Houston. And I believe there's some weather in that Chargers game too, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was like windy or something. I can't remember right, but May made some good plays in that game. He had some turnovers too, but it was his first playoff game, so you can kind of forgive him for that.
It's fair.
But and really, like he hasn't had to do much. So I think this will be his best offensive performance, unless the Patriots go up and don't need to do anything. Then maybe not. And I say go up, maybe like Stevenson breaks a long run or something, or Henderson. But that's unlikely because Seattle's run defense is amazing. The boss asking, are you going to look at next year's Super Bowl odds today? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that a little bit later. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, I've got one I like already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. So yeah, you so as to answer your question from earlier when you asked, could you see Seattle like running train and going 37-7, right? And I think that's definitely within the realm of possibility. I mean, we saw the Eagles destroy the Chiefs last year, and I thought that was people entered that game thinking it was an evenly matched game, which it wasn't. And it had to do with like the NFC was a lot better than the AFC, and I don't think like people recognize that, and I think that could maybe be the case this year as well. I mean, especially with the NFC West, like that had like two of the top three teams, and then the Niners, if they weren't banged up, like they would have been up there as well. So yeah, I think if there's a 37-7 result, I think it's way more likely Seattle over the Patriots than vice versa. But I think it'll be a close game. But I could see a blowout too. Yeah, I don't think it's like out of the question.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Hey, what I mean, do you think they're gonna like pull out some Travion Henderson in this game?
He played 4 snaps in the AFC Championship. I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't do well in the snow.
He played at Ohio State. I don't know.
Oh yes.
Like, I don't know. It's not
I'm just messing.
Miami. Like the I was talking about how they with Andy 2 nights ago. I was talking about like why would the Patriots draft Andres Borregales, the kicker? He's from Venezuela and he played in Miami. And they're asking him to kick in like when
cold weather. Yeah,
right. Like, this guy's probably never seen snow in his life. Like, what is this? What's stuff falling? Cocaine? Like, what is this?
Hey, how about George Holani anytime touchdown there, huh? You like Holani?
Holani was a plus 470. I feel like you don't get great odds with touchdown props. It just doesn't feel like you get good value. I really don't like betting touchdown props unless it's like the defensive touchdown props that Evan and I look at sometimes. Andy actually showed me Andy sent this. I'm going to try to send it to myself here so I can show it to you. But he bet Devin Hester 25-1 first touchdown of Super Bowl. What is this? 41.
Yep, 41.
Yeah. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's awesome, Andy.
I will forward it to myself if I can, and then I'll show you guys once I pull it up.
Yeah, so. we want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. Look, Fred Flintstone's plus 390.
Gotta love Fred Flintstone. I saw a funniest tweet. Yeah, I saw the funniest tweet during the week. Someone was like. Someone was like, imagine how good of a receiver Matt Collins would be if he wasn't malnourished and had like proper hygiene.
He does all right. He's decent.
Yeah, I think his return I think is actually pretty important because the deep threat without Matt Collins was it was Kyle Williams, who's like been an absolute disaster. But Hollins is actually like a real player. And so I think having him as a deep threat, that's like another thing that's like quietly hurt the Patriots. It would the offense like in the playoffs because they had 2 games without Matt Collins, and that may not seem like a big deal, but really it kind of was because Kyle Williams had played a lot of snaps, and like you don't want him on the field. Here is what Andy sent me, the magic of communication here. I could just email it to myself. There we go. Player to score the first touchdown, Marvin Harrison was 6-1. Wow. Reggie Wayne 7-1. Joseph Live and Let a Die 7-1.
I was just thinking that too.
Dominic Rhodes 12-1. Dallas Clark 10-1. Aaron Moorhead. I don't remember him. He was a receiver, wasn't he? I don't remember him. I remember the name. I remember the name, but I can't like picture him catching a pass. Brian Fletcher, Terrence Wilkins, Peyton Manning, Thomas Jones. Here we go. Chicago players. Cedric Benson, Mushin Muhammad, Bernard Berry, and Desmond Clark, Rashid Davis, Johnny Gilmore, and then Devin Hester. Of course, there's Rex Grossman Field, and no touchdown scored. There were touchdown scores. So 25-1. Congrats, Andy. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was after that, because they went up 7-0, they lost 29-17. So there really wasn't a lot of offense after that for them.
Yeah. I picked I liked the Bears and the points in that game. And of course I was happy when they ran back to touchdown. But I was talking to one friend of mine who was he was like a newspaper writer, and I was asking him like before the game, I'm like I don't know who to pick. This is the day before. I'm like I think the Bears will cover. I don't know who to pick outright. And he's like, just go with the Bears. I'm like, why? He's like, well, if you're wrong, no one's gonna remember. But if you're right, people are like, oh, that's the guy who picked the Bears. So I'm like, okay, fine. I don't know. I just don't know who to pick.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had said something like, "I'm going to be the only writer that likes the Bears."
Yeah. Yep. That was stupid. But
No,
yeah,
no.
no one remember that except for you. And then until now, where I mentioned it, so maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah. Your secret was safe with me until now. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, I think you wrote like Rex Grossman for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a world where that could have happened. Maybe
It's a secret to everyone.
Yeah, like if
Did you have
you
7 or 7.5? I don't. I'll look it up. I don't know. I can't remember what I had. It was a long time ago. 20 years ago. Well, actually,
Jeez, yeah,
19 years, right? 19 years.
yeah, because that was 06, 07.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. That's a long freaking time ago.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole. Be like, guess what happened 25 years ago? Something that we just thought happened recently.
Well, it's weird to think that the undefeated Patriots team is coming up on 20 years. That was 20 years ago, dude. That's crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Almost. Jeez.
I had looks like I had +7. My predicted score for that game was Bears 24, Colts 22.
Oh wow.
And I don't know if I didn't have any props back then. I didn't do props. I think the first year I did props was the Cardinals Steelers Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. But no, otherwise, but I did get the next Super Bowl correct. I had the Giants. I don't know if I don't think I did winning outright, but I did have the Giants covering against the Patriots. My predicted score. Okay, my predicted score for that game was 27-24 Patriots, but I did have Giants +12 for a big play. So at least I redeemed myself a little bit.
You get partial credit.
Yeah. Well, that's going for.
I'm just joking.
Partial credit because there's room for growth.
Yeah. What are you? That's probably the year, that 07-08 year. I remember more about that season than any other season for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Okay. I think for me it's 2002. I remember like every detail of that season. I don't know why. I just do.
What that was the year the Bucks beat
the Raiders.
Beat the Raiders, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I thought the Eagles were the best team that year, but McNabb got hurt in week 12. I know it's week 12 against Arizona. I know that like it's like from memory. And then Feely came in and did a great job. And I thought they should have kept going in Feely, but because McNabb was never healthy in the playoffs, and like you could tell when he played against the Buccaneers, he just didn't look right. And then they ended up losing that game as four of my favorites.
Yeah. I always think like if I was, I mean, I do like some Philadelphia teams because I was, I'm from the area, but of all the bad Philadelphia sports losses, I feel like the diehard Philly fans, I would say that's probably in their top 3 out of all their sports losses. Do you think that NFC Championship game against the Bucks, when Rondé Barber ran back that pick 6, it was like it was like salt in the wound for it to go down that way too, because you knew when he scored, I mean, the game was pretty much over right there.
Yeah, because I think that was their best team. And I thought that team had the best chance because they didn't have to run into the Patriots. They would have gone against the Raiders, who lost their center the night before the game.
Yeah.
And Rich Gannon was super OCD, and like he panicked when his center was gone.
Yeah.
So like the Eagles would have won the game easily. I think most of the NFC teams would have beaten that Raiders team easily. Given that Barrett Robbins disappeared.
Right. Yeah, that was. Yeah, because they say that they changed the Raiders changed the game plan like the night before, or 2 nights before, or something.
Yeah.
Plus that.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy, and the Buccaneers knew what they were running to. It didn't help that the Raiders coach was Bill Callahan didn't change the plays and stuff because they ran the same thing, and Gruden knew exactly what they were going to do. So that gave him an extra boost. But really, the fact that Gannon was so frazzled like that any team with a good defense would have beaten them, I think, pretty easily from the NFC. So
man,
the Niners are good that year. The Giants are in the playoffs. Atlanta was the team the Eagles beat in the second round. The Buccaneers destroyed the Niners in the second round. That was T.O. was on that team, Jeff Garcia, and that Niners team quit. I think that was Steve Mariucci's final game in San Francisco. I think it was like they right before halftime of that game, like they had the ball at the 40 with like 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left. And you think like you get 20 yards, 25 yards to try a field goal, right? Like they just kneeled on it. And I remember
Mm.
like T.O. was pissed. Like, he was so
Yeah.
angry, like walking off the field. I was like, the Niners quit. If there was live betting, I would have slammed the Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the old days when there's no live betting.
Wow, Steve Mariucci, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's old school. I saw a clip recently. Remember when they beat Green Bay? What was that, 98 or 99, when T.O. had that game-winning touchdown catch with like 4 seconds to go? It was the year after Green Bay lost to Denver in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was
they kept saying he got the monkey off his back. I think they're talking about Steve Young, I think, because he had never beaten the Pack, or he had trouble beating the Packers or something. And then T.O. had a terrible game, but he dropped so many passes, but then he redeemed himself with that touchdown catch.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a disappointing loss. The 49ers, I can't remember who it was now, but they fumbled too on that game-winning drive, I believe it was. But they said he was down, or I can't remember. There was definitely a call that wouldn't have stood today.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up helping the Niners win. Hey, when do you think the yellow first down line started?
I think you asked me this 3 weeks ago, and I got it wrong, and I don't remember now.
I think it was 1998.
Yeah, because I thought it was. Yeah, here's how the conversation went. Because I thought it was sooner than that, because the hockey line, remember the hockey comment, the whatever you call it, the laser thing,
the glowing puck.
The glowing puck. It was that was earlier. That was like 95 or 96. And I thought that it would make sense to me that the first down line was before that, but I was surprised that it was after. So I assume it's like 98.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 98.
Yeah.
That seems so, like, I was thinking about, like the first Green Bay Super Bowl when they won with Favre. When I say first, I mean in my lifetime. I was thinking back. I was like, I guess there was no first down line for that game. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess not. It's so useful now because when my son was here we go, September 28, 1998.
Oh, there you
Andy
go. Thanks.
has the answer. Yeah, thanks, Andy. So it's so useful now because like my son's like watching the game, and I'm like, Connie, they have 4 chances to get to the yellow line. This is the first chance. If they don't do it, then it's the second chance, and then the third chance. And so I was like trying to explain it that way. If there's no yellow line, I have to be like, they have to get to this number here. So
it would be so weird, like, without it. Isn't it strange? Like, you almost forget that the players can't see it.
They should be able to see it. They should be able to. You'd think with this technology they have now, they'd be able to implement it, right?
There's got to be a way, but
yeah.
I mean, that would, I don't know, that would probably change the game on some level, as far as like how it would change like your vision.
Yeah, because if you're running a route, like, exactly where to run to, it just makes it a lot easier, right? Or if you're defending, you just know what you have to defend. I think it'd be really interesting to see that. I don't see why they couldn't do it. I don't know if it would be good or bad for the game, but
probably. Well, if they ever, when they do it, it'll be, it'll have its moments where it sucks, of course, to start. It's going to be clunky, of course, but
yeah. Well, I mean, the NFL just introduced the chief kindness officer, so if they can do that, they can certainly put a yellow line on the field. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it wouldn't be that hard to do, but I don't know. Well, what about Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown, man? I think if you think the Patriots are gonna score some points, I think you gotta go with old reliable here, like plus 250. I don't know. I think that's all right.
How many touchdowns did he have this year? Let's see. Stephon Diggs stats. Let's see. He had 4 touchdowns this year. Okay. That's not including playoffs. So let's not include playoffs here. I think he played in every game. I want to say I can look that up very quickly because I have the Excel sheet that I give to you, Andy, and Evan every Friday. Diggs did not miss a game this year. So 4 out of 17 touchdowns.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize it was that low.
Right. So you would think, okay, even if you go 4 and 16, right, it's 1 and 4. So the proper number would be plus 400.
Okay.
Or was it plus 300? I can't.
I get.
Yeah.
I
So
guess I just feel a young. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Walt.
that's okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, it'd be plus 300, right? Because because if it was plus 100, it'd be 1 and 2. So yeah, it would be plus 300. So that would be the correct number if it's 4 and 16, which is actually not. It's actually 4 and 17. So you're getting gypped here by 50 points.
And that's fair. I just feel like a young quarterback, making his. I mean, I understand both quarterbacks are making their first appearance in the Super Bowl, but like especially like a young quarterback like May, I think you're going to lean on your best receiver. Though I really like Booty too. I took Booty to score in the Texans game. He made that amazing catch. I was loving that. But I really like Booty as well. I think he's a solid receiver. Hey, I called Cooper Kupp.
You did
this past week. I tweeted that one out for anyone. I don't think anyone reads mine, but yeah, I had a winner there. But
plus 260.
Oh,
we had the time traveler picked them in best ball.
Yeah, imagine Cooper Kupp just goes off in this game and he wins a second Super Bowl MVP. What if that happened?
That'd be pretty incredible, given how decrepit he is at this stage of his career. Like he's only like, if you look at his average stat line, it's like 3 for 30 every week. Like he's not doing anything.
Don't be hating, man. He's in the twilight of his career. Let him, he can just taking a little break. He's tired.
I really like Booty. Quack. We all like Booty.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Did he have more touchdowns this season or kids? I actually think it's like 4-4, right? It's like let's see which happens for which the fifth happens first. How about a Diggs anytime kid? What are the odds on that? It's like a surprise kid, like this new baby mama comes in and is like, hey, by the way, I have a fifth kid for you.
Oh my god.
I said that in the 2047 NFL draft, it's just gonna be nothing but Hill and Diggs. Hill, Diggs, Hill, Diggs. And then I think Slew responded to me he said we're gonna have to rename the conferences. I'm like, yeah, instead of AFC and NFC, it's gonna be Diggs FC and Hill FC. It's gonna be like the warring factions.
Oh man.
It's like Halfios and McCoys. It's Hill versus Diggs.
What
played
about
over 3.5 Patriots to score at plus 200. Okay. Interesting. So
to score, that mean like the kicker points? That's one score, or like score a touchdown?
I would guess so, right?
Yeah,
because 4 touchdowns would be tough. So it'll be a kicker and three touchdowns for the Patriots.
Any point by the kicker? I feel like it would have to be.
Oh yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I mean the fine print. Just saw a post saying that this is the second year in a row that both Super Bowl teams played the entire NFC South. Hadn't thought of that. Interesting.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I mean, you have an easy schedule. You got a good seed. Seahawks had a good seed. Patriots number 2. Yeah, that's maybe something to look for next year. We'll see. I don't know who plays the NFC South next year. We can look it up when we do the Super Bowl odds. Actually, probably just pull it up right now.
I've got one. We're talking about next year's Super Bowl odds. I got one for you.
Well, I'm gonna have to get to it yet, but
sorry, I don't mean to. I'm not trying to hijack the show.
How dare you? You're hijacking the 10,000 live stream celebration.
Yeah. What if people are like, well, we don't want this guy on the show anymore. He's trying to hijack the conversation.
How dare you?
And you have to tell me like, Tom, I'm sorry, but they want you got to go.
I have to let you go.
Yeah. No more eyes on the ground.
That reminds me of the Seinfeld episode when they had to fire Kramer.
Oh yeah, I don't even really work here.
I don't work here. That's what makes
it so hard. Yeah. Good stuff.
So the NFC South plays. They play the AFC North next year. So Ravens, Bengals, Steelers of McCarthy, probably not. And the Browns have a Pro Bowl quarterback, so you can't forget that. And they also play the NFC North, so they play the 2 North divisions. So Packers, Vikings, Lions, and Bears. So take your pick out of those.
Browns have a Pro Bowl quarterback.
They do.
I know.
You laugh at Shador. Actually, Joe Flacco got renamed as a replacement today. So there's Joe Flacco and Shador.
Wow. It's not even a game anymore. It's just like competitions, like who can punt right in the bucket and stuff like that.
it was literally a Browns quarterback competition. Flacco versus Shador to start the year. They're both on the
Yeah.
Browns competing for the job.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Browns quarterback competition. They
It's
just
been
need
such a weird year,
they
man.
need Dylan Gabriel, and that's like the entire Browns quarterback roster to start the year.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler Huntley too. Tyler Huntley.
You know, it's because the Pro Bowl's this weekend, I think.
It is. Yeah. How can you forget? I've never watched it. I've never watched it in my life.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think I've caught, like, maybe when I was a kid, I did, because I just couldn't get enough of sports at the time. But I haven't watched one in a long time. Oh, that's right, Patrick. The Eyes on the Ground International. We're going to be live next year
from Somalia. It's
yeah. I don't know about that, but no, I'll be at every international game. I won't. I'll just be in the parking lot. I'm not going to be. I won't be able to get into the game, but
is it Ilhan Omar Field at Somalia. You'll be broadcasting the game, and then next year it's gonna be the far side of the moon. He'll be broadcasting there. Not even the side facing us. So it'll be the other side, so no one can watch.
Hey, what else do we have here for touchdown props? Let's go all the way. Let's see like the ones with the highest odds, and then see like which one we might take. Kenneth Walker, JSN -110. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's actually not that bad. Maybe.
Jason stats this year, he caught 10 touchdowns, so 10 out of 17. It's like seems fair. It doesn't seem like you're getting a great number here or anything. A tough matchup though against the Patriots secondary is pretty good. The Christian Gonzalez healthy and stuff. So
yeah,
okay. I'm not opposed to anyone taking it. I just it's not something I would play. Stevenson.
Okay, sorry.
Plus 150. AJ Barner's number 4 at plus 230, and then Hunter Henry plus 230. The Seahawks, as I said, allow the most production to tight ends. Yeah, Jake Tunches had 59 yards in the first half 2 weeks ago. So they can't stop anyone who's a tight end. So Henry, I think, is going to be a big game, but it doesn't mean he's going to score a touchdown, right? Like I would just rather bet the yards. Diggs, we talked about. Cup was 260. Drake May 3-1. That's kind of interesting. Drake May 3-1, I think. Booty 320. Rashid Shaheed 360. Fred Flintstone's plus 390. We have George Holani's plus 470. Travion, I play 4 snaps. Henderson 5-1. Seahawks defense plus 550. I think Andy mentioned Seahawks defense. What was it? I'm gonna bring up the post that Andy had. He said something about like young quarterbacks. He was like, with the lack of experience by both quarterbacks, the 2 really good defenses, each team could score a defensive touchdown. I think that's certainly the case. And if so, why not parlay them together like we did in the other games? You get 60-1 if parlaying them together. I don't like this as much as the ones we did with Houston, New England, and Denver, New England. And by the way, we got so robbed on that New England defensive touchdown.
My God, yeah.
They blew the play dead. Like they're told not to blow the play dead, and they blow the play dead anyway. Like, come on.
So
it was, we had plus 600, I think, or 6-1. We should have won $600 more than we did. So that was awful. Damari Douglas 6-1. Efton Chisholm, I don't know if he's gonna be active. Plus 850. There's Kyle Williams. Badmouthed him earlier. Plus 850. Austin Hooper, another tight end.
Hooper has caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl before.
Yeah, he's caught some touchdowns this year. My guess is he's caught 2 touchdowns this year. 2, exactly 2. So that's 1 and 8. So it's actually like a fair number. So
he caught one in the Super Bowl for the Falcons, remember, against the Patriots.
Yep. Sam Darnold plus 950, maybe a sneak or something. Eric Saubert, Jake Bobo the Clown.
I love Bobo. Yeah.
Elijah Arroyo, I thought he's injured. Nick Callerup, I don't know who that is. The 35-1. Derek Young's 40-1. Jake Westover.
But Jack Westover,
Jack Westover, the third tight end for the Patriots.
Let's take Westover to score. I bet something. Remember Vrabel caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. I bet he's going to try something tricky, like maybe go to a player you'd never expect, like Jack Westover.
Well, it would have to be a linebacker though, right? Because the
Well,
Vrabel is a
I'm not
linebacker.
saying it. Yeah, but I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same play. I'm just saying he might try to do something you wouldn't expect. Like look to
Yeah.
a player like Jack Westover score a touchdown, first touchdown.
First touchdown.
I don't recommend that. I'm just joking.
First touchdown.
Yeah.
How many snaps over under did Jack Westover play in the AFC Championship? I'm gonna give you an over under of 8.5.
Under.
He's played over 26 snaps from Jack
Really?
Westover. Yeah. He plays. He blocks.
Okay.
All he does is block, but like he plays.
Well, that they're just setting the trap. He's just like, oh, this guy just blocks, but he's in there for a good amount of snaps, and they throw him, from the 3. They give him a little, how you doing over the shoulder touchdown. Jack Westover, 40-1.
It's a trap.
D'Ernest Johnson.
So he is real quick on Westover. He played 26 snaps in the AFC Championship. He blocked on 20 of the snaps. He ran routes on 6. I don't know if he caught a pass, but he ran 6 routes. So I don't think it's that crazy. 40-1. I don't know if I would do it, but I don't like if he catches a touchdown. Like I would be shocked. We have D'Ernest goes to Santa Clara at 45-1. Robbie Oots at 45-1, and Brady Oots 45-1 for Brady Russell too. I don't know why you'd bet him, but the guys, Jack Westover is actually like kind of interesting because he's on the field for half the snaps. So he could do worse, I think.
I think so too. I'm not saying put the farm on it, but certainly, but it's slightly intriguing. It's not like he's out there for 5 snaps or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's definitely a chance.
Yeah, like conversely, how many snaps do you think Robbie Oots played in his previous game? Same thing, over under 8.5.
I'll say under.
Actually, slightly over 10 snaps.
Okay.
He blocked on 8 and ran routes on 2. So he doesn't play as much. So like you're talking to a guy in Westover who plays 26 snaps versus Oots who plays 10 snaps, and yet they're priced like pretty similarly. So like,
yeah, interesting.
It seems like if you want to take a like super long shot, that's probably not going to win, but you want to have some fun. Just bet Westover to score a touchdown. If you're going to a Super Bowl party, that gives you something to talk about. Like you're like, I have this guy to score a touchdown. Let's go, Jack Westover. And they'd be like, why? Why do you have Westover? Like, I was watching the 10,000 subscriber live.
Yeah.
Walter football. I actually heard. Honestly, I heard that 2 people got married based on the Super Bowl prop, and it was Bill Simmons' podcast where Cousin Sal came on, and Cousin Sal gave this like ridiculous long shot Super Bowl touchdown prop. It was like 40-1, like this one, and so the guy actually scored a touchdown. I forget which Super Bowl it was. The guy actually scored a touchdown, and a guy at the party starts laughing. A girl at the party starts laughing. They both laugh at the same time, and then they're looking at each other like, Cousin Sal? Yeah, Cousin Sal. And they actually they hooked up and they actually got married.
Wow.
Yeah. So this Super Bowl, people say degenerates. I say this betting brings people together.
It certainly does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it certainly does.
Yeah, Vrabel might use Milton Williams as eligible receiver. Unfortunately, you can't bet on him. There's no Milton Williams anytime touchdown, which is sad. Your refrigerator Perry 2.0. That'd be cool. I think if you're going for Vrabel 2.0, it's Spillane, right? Like it would be Robert Spillane catches a touchdown. You want to do that? Westover caught 4 touchdown passes from Michael Penix of Washington. There you go. I think we're building something here at Wester. We have to bet him now, like with all this hype.
Yeah,
we're gonna put like $20 on it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good value.
Yeah, 40-1. Yeah. I mean these other guys barely play. D'Ernest Johnson's not going to see the field.
Not with an attitude like that.
Yeah, certainly not. How many snaps did D'Ernest Johnson play in the AFC Championship?
7.
Let's look. He played, to quote the the famous dean of Faber University. 0.0.
Zero. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Damn, they ought to give my guy a chance.
yeah, so like he's priced the same as Westover, who's playing half the snaps, which is crazy. Yeah, it's that number's way off. It should be like 20, 25 to 1, not 40.
Wow. Okay. Well, what do we have for passing props? You like Drake May passing props?
I like the combined passing props. Well, I'll say this: he's going to be if May is ahead of this game, then I would bet May passing yardage over. Dean Wormer, yes, the name. Andy coming through. I forgot the name, but yeah, the dean of Faber University with the 14-year-old cashier. Like, why is the 14-year-old cashier? The poor guy, like he slept with a girl like who's way underage. He's probably going to go to prison.
It was
like,
Animal House, right?
Animal House, yeah.
Oh,
he hooked up with the cashier. He thought he was like she was in college. Like, how's a 14-year-old working as a cashier? Because like this guy is like completely misled. He's an 18-year-old freshman, right? He thinks he's probably 17, right? 16, 17. He hooks up with her, and she turns out to be 14. He's probably going to go to prison for statutory rape, and like this, it's the guy's life got so messed up because the grocery store hired a 14-year-old cashier. So I was like, that really bothered me. I don't know. It's like
I don't remember that. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, because it was Dean Wormer's daughter. That is the cashier.
They did this. They had a similar gag in that movie Old School. Remember?
Old School, yeah. What was that's probably a reference to that, I think.
Yeah. I think maybe you're right.
Yeah. So anyway, it was Dean Wormer saying 0.0 to John Belushi.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about these ladders too. Hey,
yeah.
When you're saying like when the team is ahead, take the over the passing prop. But why do you say that? Because typically when they're ahead, then they want to run out the clock if they're ahead at the end of the game. Or so what's the reasoning there?
So two things. One, if you monitor the if you just look at the live props as the game's going, like start looking at like 5 minutes left of the second quarter, you'll and just look at the quarterback who's ahead passing props. It'll be like 255 and a half. And then halftime hits, it'll plummet. It'll go like to 230 or 225 and a half. The number is so low because people have that mindset that they're just going to run out the clock. Who's ahead? They actually throw a lot, a lot more than you think, at least. Now, if there's like 3 minutes left, they'll run out the clock. But like if like 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they're throwing. They are throwing in today's NFL, especially if they're going against a tough run defense, which in this game, both defenses are great against the run. The second thing is what happens if there's a reversal. If the team that's ahead starts trailing, your goal, like you're going to hit the ladder. Like it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy to hit the ladder. Now, if the team stays ahead, you probably won't reach the top of the ladder. You'll probably hit the bottom rung and your base, and then maybe you hit the middle rung. But like if the team that's ahead starts trailing, you're going to go up. You're going to hit the ladder by the beginning of the fourth quarter, just because they're going to throw a lot. You know. Mm-hmm. So those are the two reasons why the team that's ahead, you're going to get such a great number, and there could be a reversal. So that's why you do the passing yards over on the team that's ahead. For the team that's trailing, you do quarterback rushing if the quarterback is mobile, because they're going to run a lot. And this is something you don't do it at halftime. You do like with 4 or 5 minutes left in the second quarter, because in the 2-minute drill, the two things that happen the most are quarterbacks scramble a lot and the quarterbacks dump the ball off to their running backs. If it's not the 2-minute drill, those don't happen as often, but you will get like Drake May hit his rushing yards in the final drive of the second quarter. Like Evan bet it, and like he hit it instantly when Drake May ran for 16 yards and scored a touchdown.
Wow.
So that's what happens the most. So like most of the props we'll do in the second at halftime, but the quarterback rushing, and if we like any running back receiving, then we'll do like with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Or at least when they're going to get the ball back, at least.
That's a very good explanation. I appreciate that.
Yeah. G plus 350 to score anytime touchdown, kick return, or reception. It gives two ways you can score. yeah, that's true. There's two outs to it for sure. Andy, would you bet the first for that? It was to kind of go with the Devin Hester one. It would be where's the touchdown? Touchdown scores. Shaheed to score the first touchdown is 17-1. Looks like, is that first? Yeah, 17-1.
That's actually a pretty good number, I think.
Yeah, well, Devin Hester was longer odds, right? It was 25-1. So it's
but it's
and Hester didn't play offense.
Yeah, exactly, or very very little at receiver. But
yeah,
like Shaheed is, maybe underutilized, but he's a really good receiver. So I think that's not a terrible.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, I don't typically play like those first touchdown props, but if I were to, I might be interested in that.
I think Shaheed's the way to go if you want to play first. Like I said, I'm not going to do it, but if you want to do first touchdown, I think Shaheed makes sense because, as Andy said, you get 2 outs there. You get the kickoff return or you get a receiving touchdown. So that makes sense. For the passing yards, I did combine passing yards over. Now, it's not as good on FanDuel, and I'm going to show you guys the numbers here on FanDuel and compare them to what we have on DraftKings. The combined 500 is combined we only have 450. The combined 450 is not even listed here on DraftKings. It's minus 123, so that's kind of like the natural number. And then 600 plus is 6-1 here, and I believe on DraftKings it is plus 830. Actually, my dad asked me to bet it today, so actually I have to do that for him. He wanted $100 on the combined passing yards for Darnold and Drake May, which is right now, actually, it's 450 minus 119 again. So it's back down to where it was. 600 plus is, plus 770 now. It was plus 830 when I bet it on Tuesday. 625 is 11-1. Think of like how big of a difference that is. 770 to 1100, and 650 is 1520 if you want to go nuts.
Wow. Yeah. 600 is plus 770.
Yeah, it's very doable. Stafford and Darnold went for 720. Like, this is 600 is very doable.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd go a little lower yet, maybe.
And think about it this way: like both teams have top 10 run defenses. Like, there's not going to be a lot of running in this game. 575 is plus 543, and 550 is plus 372.
I'd probably stick with 550 if I was going to take it. But
I like my 600. I think it's a good number. We did 650 plus last week at 10-1.
Oh wow!
That hit like the middle of the fourth quarter. Like there's a lot of time left.
Awesome.
I think Evan played 700 plus. I think that was like 14-1 or something.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Shaheed is 20-1 at Westgate to score first touchdown. Okay. Yeah. FanDuel jipping us here. But I mean, I like I said, I think that's the way to go if you're going to do first touchdown. Rush. What do you think about quarterbacks? I don't think you didn't mention if you like over, under, or what are you going to do?
Well, I kind of like over Drake May because I think if the Seahawks, do blow them out, they're going to be throwing a lot. These are kind of the two scenarios we talked about. Like, I think May is going to be throwing a good bit anyhow. So, well, maybe I will get on with you with the 600.
Take a shot. Why not? I don't know what it is at Hard Rock, but it's a 7.7-1.
Yeah, I'll have to look. It's probably not as good, but I saw 2 defensive touchdowns, so 2 total. It could be both by one team, 30-1.
That's pretty bad because if you parlay Patriots and Seahawks defense touchdowns, we got 60-1 here.
But it doesn't. It could be 2 Seahawks touchdowns.
Sure,
so kind of gives you a.
Yeah, playing Hester because of his history. Kick return to 2 kickoff touchdowns, 3 punt returns, 1 missed field goal return in the regular season for a total 6. Yeah, that's true. It made sense, and he was going to get the ball first if the Bears had the kickoff, had won the coin toss. So. Or at least got the ball first after kickoff. So that, it's a great play. Are you going to say something?
Yeah. Either team to get shut out 60-1.
I don't know.
I agree. And that's never happened in the Super Bowl. But I think somebody was asking in the comments saying in the comments earlier that they think it could be like a 13-3 snoozer, like that Rams Patriots Super Bowl.
Well, maybe. I mean, you have two defensive coaches, so it's possible. And I haven't seen the weather yet. I think it's too early to look at it. I don't even know if there's a forecast up yet. It's looks like 58 and clear and no wind. So but it's pretty far out. We just don't know, and you can't predict the weather anyway. So I don't know why I wasted my time. Um, so 13-3. Yeah, I look. It's if it's a game coached by two defensive coaches, then sure. But I think both quarterbacks are good enough that you're not going to see that. Although, I mean, Goff versus Brady it's not like we had Garoppolo versus I don't know Stidham or something, or Garoppolo versus Osweiler, or like which
Yeah, don't be hating on Brock Osweiler. That guy's legit. He won a Super Bowl.
He did,
and he contributed. It went 5-2 when he was there.
Yeah, he's the AJ Feely of his time.
Yeah, he's got it all, man. He definitely, because you can't say he didn't contribute. So, big Brock fan.
Are you?
Oh yeah, huge fan. How about what do we? Oh, what is it? One kickoff return, one punt return. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 receiving touchdowns. The Saints. Yeah, he's just not used as much, which I find puzzling. I thought that
I think so too.
I thought he'd be a much bigger factor in the offense, and he just hasn't been.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
There
Hunter,
so hit the nail on the head here.
Oh yeah. Hell, if it weren't for that kickoff return touchdown, it probably would have been a shutout. So that was probably maybe the closest we
that's true.
Get. That's because that's the only score that the Giants had.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about this, Walt. Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs to combine for 200 plus receiving yards, 30-1.
What is their total? Let's look.
It's not terrible, especially if Seattle's bad against tight ends. I mean,
their total combined is was it 82? You need 200? Whoa. That's pretty rough. That's pretty tough. I would just ladder like each of them individually.
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of like reading through some of these on Hard Rock here that I find interesting, like some of the.
Well, let's look. If you do Stephon Diggs alt yards, and you go to what do we want to do? 110 and 90, I think. 110 and then we go to Hunter Henry. Alt yards 90. I was kind of looking at these, but this is something I want to do live too. If you parlay them, that's 187-1. You're getting ripped off 30-1.
Oh wow,
you are getting ripped off at.
Well, I didn't bet it for the record. I'm just over here listing the props.
Yeah, $50 wins $9,300 if you want to do it that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like that impossible that Diggs and Henry would both have monster games. Like it really, like it could have. This is within the realm of possibility, I think.
Yeah, but then like, what if something crazy happened? Like Diggs goes for like 140 and Hunter Henry goes for 70, and you miss that one, whereas you wouldn't on the 200 plus. So I guess that's the safety net. I mean, I think the numbers you picked are probably close to what I would do if I was going to take. I mean, I wouldn't take this, but.
I mean, you could even do lesser numbers. You don't have to combine for 200. You can go. I'm sure you'll still have better odds this way. If you go Henry 70 and Diggs, what do you want to do? 90. It's 36-1. That's 36-1.
Then imagine Diggs goes for 210 and Hunter Henry goes for 0.
How many times do you think Diggs went for 90 plus this year?
Maybe once.
Once? That's it, you think? Let's see. He hit 5 times.
Oh wow! Okay.
He hit 90 plus 5 times. And how many times did Hunter Henry get a 70?
I'll say 1.
He hit 70 3 times.
Wow. Okay.
And he was so close the 4th time. He had 66 the 4th time. Yeah, he had 115 yards against the Bengals. That Bengals defense could not. They talk about not stopping tight ends. They couldn't stop tight ends at all. So this is doable. This is very doable. 36-1. Like I'd much rather have this than the 30-1 combined 200.
Yeah, like I don't.
That's a huge ripoff.
I don't disagree. Let's see what else we have. Hunter Henry, Jackson Smith, and Jigba and Ramondre Stevenson to combine for 5+ touchdowns, 40-1.
I know that's a ripoff.
Yeah,
So
that's Hard Rock is like the worst. Like
who are these? Who are these? Let's parlay them together here. On FanDuel. Who are they?
Hunter Henry, Ramondre Stevenson, and JSN.
Hunter Stevenson, JSN. How much? What were the odds?
40-1.
Okay, so just parlaying them the three together, you get 15-1. And you don't need 5, you need 3 here. You only need 3 here.
Yeah.
So I think I would rather do this than that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good. I mean, 2 of those players have to score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a tall order, man.
Well, one of them could score 3 and then 1-1, but like, or one score 5, 5-0-0.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm just scanning. I'm just scanning other props here. If you want to shout
out, and he says Diggs had under 50 receiving yards in 13 games. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't expect us to win, but I'm just saying I'd rather do the 90+ and 70+ together than 200+ combined yards. Yeah, I mean, Diggs. Keep in mind, Diggs was coming off a torn ACL, so he was not 100% to start the year. So I think like he's definitely healthier now than he was to start the season. So it is a much better chance that he does this now than he would have earlier. Although he may have had a big game earlier, but still, I think that especially against a pass funnel defense like Seattle, like we just saw Cooper Kupp have a huge game. And so I think Diggs could have a big game too. Over 90-5 and 57-69 the other 2 games. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So it's again, it's something I don't expect to hit, but I'd rather do that than what they have on Hard Rock from what Tom mentioned.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Cooper Kupp, 22.5-1 over 100 yards receiving.
Well,
my guy just went off, you know.
Let's see what they have listed here. 100 to what would you say? How many yards?
100. It's 20. Yeah, plus 2250.
Plus 2250. So 100 yards plus 2250. Okay, so only 15-1 here, so you're actually getting.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not taking this. I'm just trying to find a good long shot.
I think you could do better. How many times does Cooper Kupp? Let's forget 100. How many times did he hit 80 this year?
0.
Is it a Dean Warmer situation? I'm looking that up. I don't know. Let's see.
0. I bet he hasn't done 1 year.
What did I say? 80?
Yeah.
He hit 80 once in week 2 against the Steelers.
Oh, wow.
7 for 90, and then the week after he went 2 for 31, and then 4 for 26. So he had 80 once, and he got to 74 another time. And I don't think he's gotten above 60 in any other game.
Wow.
So his stat lines, right, not including touchdowns, are so 4. Sorry, in the playoffs he hit 60. 4 for 36, 5 for 60, but then 2 for 29, 1 for 6, 3 for 39, 5 for 46, 2 for 35, 3 for 24, 2 for 24, 3 for 23. This is the second half of the season. So Cooper Kupp is not someone who's done a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17, 40, 16, 43. Yeah, don't take that.
No.
What else? What other props do you like? What's the kicking one you always like? Will each team make a field goal over like 45 yards or something like that? And that's only happened.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that prop posted. Maybe they'll post it later, but I mean, we didn't do rushing props, which was Kenneth Walker's 75.5. It was 74.5. It's gone up. Stevenson 49.5. Travion Henderson 17.5. Drake May 36.5, which I like if the Patriots are trailing at halftime. Well, if the Patriots are trailing with like 4 minutes left, then I'll take it. Darnold 6.5. Halani 10.5. Shaheed 4.5. Barner half and JSN a half. I bet Kenneth Walker under 75.5. Patriots run defense has been so much better since Milton Williams returned. I really don't see Seattle running all that much. And something I can't decide if I like is Travion Henderson under 17.5. He played 4 snaps last week. And I don't know, maybe they'll even that out a little bit, but like, especially with Stevenson having 2 weeks off or like a week off, 2 weeks in between games, like there's no reason to rest him now. And they don't seem to trust Stevenson, or they don't seem to trust Henderson. So I'm thinking under 17.5 might be a good bet, because if this guy's only playing 4 snaps, then it's gonna be pretty tough for him to get that.
Yeah, but then, I mean, what if they do give him a couple handoffs and he freaking rips one off?
Sure, I know. That's my fear.
Yeah.
But Seattle had the number 2 run defense in the NFL, so like I don't think he's gonna rip one off. Like, we're remembering the Bills game where he ripped off 2 long touchdowns. The Bills had the 31st ranked run defense. This is not Buffalo's run defense. This is Seattle, who's not allowed anything on the ground.
How about Helani over 10.5? They threw him some. They targeted him a good bit. I think he had like 3 catches. Let me see. Yeah, 4 targets, 3 catches.
He had 3 catches. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, they like to use multiple running backs. They really don't want to stick with one player. He had what do you have in the playoffs? He had 3 carries for 4 yards last week. So 10.5 might be tough. I don't know. Maybe bet receptions for Helani. And I don't know what that would be. Let's look at receptions for Helani. 1.5 is -122. I actually think that's interesting.
Yeah, well, he had 3 catches last week, 4 targets. So.
He can get 2 catches. Why not?
Man, do we go back to the well with Bobo scoring a touchdown?
There's no we here. I did not have Bobo. Did you actually bet that?
No, I did not.
I thought you mentioned it, or I guess it was like a joke, or maybe you texted me about him in DFS, I think.
Yeah, or I mentioned him maybe a while ago too. I remember texting you about it at some point. JSN touchdown. What's up, Dom? Seems solid, and maybe Stevenson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. JSN at -110. It doesn't. I mean, it's one of those things. Like when I see touchdown props, I want there to be a plus next to the number. So -110 is. It's like disappointing just to look at, but I don't know. I mean, you got to feel good about that.
2-leg parlay plus 377. That's terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say that's horrible. Not nearly enough for 2 things to happen there.
No, definitely not. Either one may not happen.
Yeah.
So like one's a high guarantee. It's these odds just aren't that good.
I agree.
Except for Westover. Dom, I don't know if you just tuned in. We found a huge gem here with Jack Westover at 40-1 here. He to recap, he plays half the snaps and like plays way more than these guys down here. Like it's a complete misprice. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I'll play at 40-1.
Do Westover and Halal? No, don't. Let's
parlay Westover and Oots for 691-1.
Yeah. Oh my God!
So $25 was $17,000.
All right, let me get serious here for a second. I don't know.
You weren't serious?
Kayshon Boutte over 30.5. I don't know. As I was saying earlier, as the viewers pointed out, Patrick, I really like Boutte. I mean, he could easily go over this. I think.
Who's Jack Westover? He plays H-back. Really, he's a fullback tight end hybrid. He played 26 snaps last week. He plays a lot. He's like their 3rd tight end.
I think Boutte's really underrated. I would keep riding.
Riding the Boutte.
Keep riding
the Boutte all night long.
I didn't even mean to set that up, but I did.
It's like Matt Millen. I'm wearing the Matt Millen shirt. I would ride that young stallion all night long. That's an actual Matt Millen quote.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, let me. It
doesn't like.
Let me see here. Let me look up his stats here.
Keishon Booty. Well, he was banged up for a while, so he actually, unlike Stephon Diggs, actually missed some time. So if you're gonna just look at his numbers, they could be a little off. Like he didn't do much last week, but then again, Drake May threw one pass in the fourth quarter, so I don't think you can look at what he did in that game. But in the two other playoff games, he had 75 and 66 receiving yards. So I think that's kind of interesting. I think that makes sense over 30 and a half. Yeah, why not? See, it's a fair number.
Yeah, he's had some pretty decent performances this
Yeah.
year. I like him. I think he's a little underrated. I feel like it's one of those players. Like I feel like every time I look up, he's doing something good. You know, for whenever I was like tuned into Patriots games. So I don't know. I think I like the 30 and a half over there. I think that could be easy. That could be easy.
I think I have him in my DraftKings lineup. I want to say, hold on, I'm looking at my best ball lineup, which actually my best ball lineup actually has Jack Booty or Keishon Booty. Where did Jack Booty from? I did not do a DFS lineup yet. It obviously depends on what the price is, but I would have interest in Booty. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, who would you captain?
Well, there's the two philosophies are, to win a GPP and not split with a million people. Like you want to either captain, like I think Drake May's the best captain, the best chance of having the highest score. But the problem is if you captain Drake May, you might have a very similar lineup to everyone else. So I think the two strategies are you captain Drake May and you leave like 3,000 on the table. And so you have like a lineup that's not going to be do very often. And so you would have a good chance to win money, or you captain someone that's not going to be captain a lot, like Hunter Henry, for example. I haven't really looked at the prices, but like off the top of my head, that's where I would go. Maybe I'll do like one lineup each or something. So I like to play the single entry or 3 max. And usually they have like a few single entry contests. So maybe I'll do one of each where I'll captain May and then I'll captain Hunter Henry or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I'm not very good at fantasy football, but I know he's the most pricey, but in a game like this, do you think Jackson Smith and Jigba, as expensive as it is, I feel like there's a pretty good chance he's going to have a high score.
So something I like to do is avoid the number one receiver on each team. And I do that because receiver has the highest variance of any offensive skill position. And the one showdown I won was the Falcons-Texans showdown. And in that, I avoided both number one receivers. This is back in 2019, I believe, when the number one receivers on those teams are Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins. I didn't play either. I played Will Fuller and I played Calvin Ridley. So I played the two receivers. I captained Fuller and I had Ridley, and I played the two quarterbacks who were Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan. And then I played a tight end. It may have been Austin Hooper. And then kicker, and then I played a kicker. I forget which kicker. And so that won me the showdown. Fuller went off and Ridley had a great game, and neither number one receiver did very much. Wow. And so I like to avoid the number one receiver, especially if they're going to be popular, because everyone plays them. And short, like if I get burned, Jason has a big game, so be it. But if Jason has a mediocre game, which by the way, he had 2 mediocre games previous to the NFC Championship. In the 2 games prior, he had 3 catches, 19 yards, and a touchdown in one. And before that, he had 6 catches for 84 yards, which is fine. It's 14.4 DK points.
But if you're spending that much,
you're not going to win anything if you have JSN that. And so, given how expensive he is, he has to do a lot here. Which look, he could do, but it's a tough matchup against. He's going to see a lot of Gonzalez, I'm sure, or he's going to see double. Like I'm sure Vrabel is going to try to take him away. Vrabel is a smart defensive guy. So yeah, look, if he beats me, so be it. But if he doesn't beat me, he's going to be the highest owned player, I think. And so I'm going to have to compete with far fewer lineups to win. So that's my strategy. I also want to avoid Diggs for the same reason because, like I said, receiver is so volatile that if you look at like their game logs, yeah, they have some big games, but like they also have games where they really don't do much, and it's so much harder for them. It's so much easier for them to fail than it is for quarterbacks and running backs who like quarterbacks will have the ball every single play. Running backs will have the ball whenever they call a run. If they want to give the ball to running back, they'll do it. But sometimes they just can't get the ball to the receiver. Sometimes the coach will be like, all right, we're going to double team you and eliminate you. That happens. So given that, I think like and this applies to like any GPP on a Sunday afternoon when there are 10 to 12, 13 games. If you just look at the highest owned receiver and avoid them, you're probably going to do better more often than not. Just because receivers are so volatile. Now, if you're talking about like a 3K guy, then it's hard for them to fail. But if you're talking about like the most expensive receiver on the slate, and he's on like in a 13 game slate, he's on like 35%. Like that's an obvious fade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about would you captain like Mac Hollins?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, if he catches deep pass and there's not much else going on, yeah, he could be your winning captain. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good play. I think it's a good play, but not too many people are going to do it. If you hit it, you have a good chance of winning the whole thing. And
yeah, or maybe like
$1 million first.
Yeah, maybe Shaheed would be a good captain too. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Shaheed will probably pull a little bit more ownership than Hollins because I think that return is fresh in everyone's mind. If you get return touchdowns in DraftKings, but I think either is fine. Like if captaining the number 2 receiver is usually pretty good. I think it's a good strategy.
You think okay, Shaheed. I thought you were saying Mac Hollins.
Like Butte, yeah. Well, receiver 2 or 3, like Butte, Hollins, Shaheed. Not so much Cup. I feel like Cup just doesn't have the upside. But like the other guys can catch long touchdowns. You've seen that all year. You know.
Yeah.
And I would like Henry because Seattle's so bad against tight ends.
Just do the Diggs and the Henry 200.
Right. I think if you're doing cash lineups, it makes more sense. But if you're trying to win a contest where there are 300,000 people playing against you, then you kind of have to like differentiate and be smart about that. Just play the game theory.
Oh man, I'm over here trying to make a lineup now.
Let's do it, I guess. Let's do it.
You want Drake May as a captain?
If like I said, if you're going to put Drake May as captain, you have to leave 3,000 on the table. So this has 264,000 people in it. This contest. If you put Drake May as captain, I think I don't know if he's going to be more popular than JSN as captain. I could see JSN being the most popular player, but Drake May being the most popular captain. That's my prediction. I don't know if that's true. That's my guess. And by the way, Henry has this Q tag next to him, so that could help. Like, is he going to sit out? What's the status? Let's see. This is questionable. Henry was estimated DNP was limited Thursday. His injury tag is simply rest. So why is he questionable with rest?
He's gonna play.
I know. I can't. I'm resting.
Yeah, I just like sorry. I'm gonna set this one out, guys.
I need a break. Next game's
rest.
The next game's in 7 months, 8 months. I need a break, guys.
Unbelievable rest. Give me a freaking break.
I saw that. I told Evan this last night. He laughed. Tari Eason, forward on the Rockets, he was out, and I'm like, because I have this so rare card. I'm like, why is he out? And it said rest. He's 24 years old. He's resting. It's not like 34. His body's breaking down. He's 24 years old. He's resting. Man. Unbelievable.
He's resting.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay, we want to put Drake May as the captain. Try this out.
Sure. Put Drake May as captain. And from what I said, avoid JSN and Diggs. If you put May as captain, you almost like have to avoid JSN. You know, like everyone's going to try to start this, and they're going to put cheap something here. I know that Henderson's only 38. Maybe do that. Maybe do defense or kicker, and suddenly they have something else to put in. I don't know. I think that's a clear avoid. So what else? What are you leaning here? What are your thought process? Like,
Well,
Butte, you like Butte, right?
Yeah, I do. So I put him in there for sure.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do that.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to make an argument for Cooper Kupp. I don't know. I mean, especially it sounds cliche, but like I don't know, the seasoned veteran, former Super Bowl MVP. Like there's definitely a chance. Like even if he went for like 50 and a touchdown, like that would like that's I don't think that's too tall of an order for him, and I think it could free up some space here.
I'm not opposed to it. I don't think I'll get there. I just don't think I don't think he has the upside.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't disagree. I mean, we
if he catches
we
a
can
touchdown,
edit it. Yeah, if we can edit this as we go, but
yeah, if he catches touchdowns, he could be in the winning lineup for sure.
What if you okay, put JSN in there and then put Jack Westover.
Westover. It's Westover's 200. Yeah. 10-9 left.
He's 200. Imagine, dude. Imagine.
Westover. How many fantasy points has he had? He has a 1.81. Maybe we shouldn't be playing his anytime touchdown. He hasn't had a touchdown all year. But it's so weird. He plays half the snaps. He ran routes on what, 10 routes or 6?
You can't hold anything back in the Super Bowl, man.
No. Exactly. They've had 2 weeks to game plan. They're gonna have some creative plays.
Yeah. So okay. Let's take Westover out of there though, and let's just take JSN out too, because that's going to screw it. That was my plan. I didn't think he was going to be that cheap. Yeah, and then we can really up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we got to go. We got to put Darnold in there, yeah.
Do we? We could.
And then I get I don't know. This lineup is not turning out into what I thought it was going to be. What would you put? You put an answer here.
Well, we had Mays captain, so that either means he's going to get there via rushing touchdowns or he's going to throw a lot, and none of the receivers are going to cannibalize him to be the captain. You know what I mean? Because if a quarterback throws 3 touchdowns to a player, that player is going to be the captain because the receiving touchdowns and yards are worth more. So that'll mean that Mays spreading this out. So I think you need another receiver here. And if you're looking to save money, then I think you have to go with Fred Flintstone at 3,600.
Yeah, I like the call there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we've got 9,550.
And I think usually you need, more often than not, there's a kicker or a defense in the winning lineup. So I don't know if you'd rather have Myers or Borregales or Seahawks or Patriots. Seahawks versus May is kind of interesting because that means Seattle scores a defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown, and that's why May is the winning captain, is because he has to throw a lot. I think that's something I used to do all the time against Jameis Winston.
Wow!
Oh my God, it was so good. You would correlate defense versus Winston, and it was magical. Yeah, Andy says captain, third favorite for MVP. Yeah, so wish we could share screenshots here. It's the final round of the best ball tournament of 700. Got beat by 1. Oh man, that's tough. I have Dom. I have this team. Let me know what you think of this team here. It's gonna load. Yeah, I have this team right here. I've May, Henderson, Diggs, Henry, Walker, Butte, Stevenson, Shaheed, and Barner in best ball. The only guys that didn't advance are Nakua, who actually got me here, Lawrence, who actually got me in the second round, and Corum. So I think this has a good shot here. I also have this team, which has 0 shot. I'll show you who this has. This has Kenneth Walker. That's it. That's it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I have 2 teams that advanced. This mega giant that has a chance to win the whole thing, and this one that's going to be last place. Actually, there's a chance that some people may not have 0 players, because if they stack the Rams and they had a big Rams game, then they don't have anyone advancing. I actually had a team advance to the championship round that had 0 players in it, because I played Josh
Wow.
Allen and a lot of the Bills
Mm.
and Bills players. I can't remember who else, but like they all did well, but they all lost. So I had no players left, and I was like, can I be in a pod with everyone who has no players?
Yeah.
What happens at that point? Everyone scores zero. They
Yeah,
pick like a random
yeah.
team to advance. I don't know.
Oh man, that's one player, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth
That's
Walker.
funny.
I wonder if that's going to finish in last because there's 550 players in the championship, and I know that I'm not alone because Kenny said he has a team with only 2 players in it. I think
Oh wow. Okay.
I think Barner and Shaheed, if I remember correctly. Um,
Okay.
so
Interesting.
yeah, so yeah, I'm not alone. I'm kind of curious how many people can field the whole lineup because I can, you know. Is it gonna be 100 out of 550? Is it gonna be 200 out of 550? I hope it's a low number because it's not the 0 in advance. Yeah, I like this is not unfortunately. I played a bunch of the million to first. This is not one of them. This is one of those 20k sorry 20 max, the $3 ones. I maxed that one out too. Usually it's funny because I usually did that when I knew I wasn't gonna have to pay attention to it. Or like if I was like watching the kids, you know, they're just playing like with themselves.
Hmm.
I would do a $3 one just in case like one started crying and I had to like you know, just to take care of them. So I would do $3 then. And apparently that advanced. So it's not a million the first, unfortunately. It's 30K to first, which still I would love that. That
Oh,
would be
obviously, yeah.
it'd be so huge, yeah. But still, yeah, I hope it's like out of 550. I hope like it's only like 100 people have a full lineup. I have no idea what it's going to be. It could be one way. It could be 50. It could be 350. It wouldn't surprise me either way.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
we can finish
What?
this. What'd you say?
Oh no, go for it.
No, what were you gonna say? Because I was gonna say let's finish this lineup. If you have something else.
Oh yeah. So okay, we got what 9,550.
Oh yeah, then I was saying kicker or defense. If you want Myers or Borregales or Seahawks or Patriots.
Put Tom. I didn't realize Tommy DeVito was on the Patriots.
Put him in.
Put him in. Yeah, dude. Imagine Drake May gets hurt for a quarter, and Tommy DeVito, when you have him in your lineup, you're a guaranteed winner, huh?
No, because Dobbs is the backup. So you're not
Oh
even.
yeah, but like that. What is DeVito 6,000? Why do they have the backup quarterbacks that high? Like, who would really take? I mean, I guess
It's because if there's a late scratch and the backup quarterback's $200, it's everyone's gonna have like the
fair.
same one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Man, this is okay. Well, how about let's put Henry in there.
Okay.
Well, we got a lot of receivers. You think that's 3 receivers? That's a little too many.
I don't think so. If you
No?
have a quarterback as captain, he's going to throw a lot, right? Or score a lot of rushing touchdowns. So
Yeah.
it's fair. So we want to keep 3,000 on the table. So that would be Walker or Stevenson. If you have Stevenson, that's a full Patriots onslaught. You think there's going to be a blowout? That's kind of like the our trajectory here. Or you could have Walker and leave 2,300 on the table, which is okay.
Yeah,
I think if you're going to go this route, I'd rather get rid of Cup and I'd put in. I was going to put Myers, but he's more expensive. Maybe a Barner and have 2,700 left over. Patriots are not that good against tight ends either. Alternatively, you could do what I did before with Winston. You could do a Seattle defense. Like what? May's been sacked a lot. What if he gets strip sacked? Seattle returns the touchdown. Maybe they get 4 other sacks. They rack up the points, and May goes nuts in the second half because he's trying to come back, kind of like Mahomes did last year. Mahomes is doing nothing. Eagles defense is dominating, and then Mahomes threw 2 touchdowns at the end.
Yeah.
So this could be the formula. It could be like Seahawks defensive touchdowns, get ahead, run Walker. Walker scores a touchdown. Seattle up big. Second half, Drake May throws a lot, runs a lot. Get there. This could be it. This could be the winning formula.
It's scary just having one Seattle offensive player, I guess, you know.
Right. But in this scenario, if Seattle gets a defensive touchdown, they're not going to be doing much offensively. That's not running the ball. You know, like if Seattle's up big in the second half, they're not going to throw a lot. And I said before, you know, you bet the over quarterback passing if they're ahead at halftime. But I'm not talking about like 24-0. I'm talking about like 17-7.
Yeah, yeah.
20-10, 23-10 even.
Yeah.
If they're up like 3 scores or more, then then at that point, you're probably not betting the over. But yeah, if Seattle, like in this build, you're saying Seattle's gonna be up big, and Drake May's gonna throw a lot and run a lot in the second half, and these are the guys he's gonna throw to. Maybe he throws a touchdown to each of them. If it's like 30, if it's like 31, or if it's like 27-3 at halftime, or 24-0 at halftime, and it's because Seattle scores defensive touchdown and Walker scores twice, then May goes nuts in the second half and has a comeback. This is a
that's the formula. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Well, who would you captain if you think if you think the opposite could happen? If you think the Patriots, well, not that the Patriots are going to win big, but if they're going to win at all.
That's what I said before. I think you either captain May. You could do the same sort of formula, but you're not doing Seattle at that Seattle defense at that point. And then maybe you have some guys who could come back for Seattle. Like if you think the Patriots are big, you're not doing Seattle or Kenneth Walker. You're probably doing you could do JSN. But you have to leave a lot of salary on the table, or you could do what's his face, Barner or Shaheed or Cup, and have those guys in there instead, because they're going to be catching passes in the second half. And then I probably would have like one fewer receiver for the Patriots, unless you think it's going to be a complete onslaught and Seahawks do nothing at all, which I find very unlikely. I just don't see that.
I have a hard time seeing that. What if Drake May? What if Sam Darnold, though, just like return? I mean, remember that game against the Seattle played against Minnesota? I think they won like 26-0, but Darnold didn't look sharp. They were playing against the Golden Gopher, Max Brosmer. Remember that game? So I don't know. Like, it's definitely possible that he could like not have a good game. Hey, Slew, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Look, I don't think that's going to happen. He's been playing pretty well, but I think there's definitely a scenario where that happens, where like I don't know, where he has a bad game. So
it could be, yeah.
I'd be kind of nervous to start Darnold in fantasy, maybe, but I wouldn't take my advice though, because I'm bad at fantasy football.
It could happen. I mean, why not? He's a few weeks removed from scoring 13 points against the Niners in Week 18.
What did he have? 32.
He had 13 points.
Oh, 13.
The Seahawks themselves had 13 points against the 49ers in Week 18. They won 13-3.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the playoff game. My fault.
No.
Yeah. We have Dog is 14-4 against the spread, last 18 Super Bowls, and 12-6 straight up. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm starting to lean towards New England a little bit, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think it over a little more. But.
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's an easy game to handicap. I think I think the line is off, but that's not the end all be all for handicapping games. It's a small portion of it.
Do you think that people are not, like, the public sentiment is New England has no chance? I mean, the line doesn't indicate that, obviously, but I mean, I feel not as strong as I felt, at least, the public sentiment last week, where people were saying Denver has no shot.
It was. I don't think it's that they have no shot. I think it's that they're frauds, and I've seen that sentiment a lot on social media. After the Patriots beat the Broncos, everyone was like fraud. Cousin Sal mentioned earlier. He had the police siren. It was going like wee wee wee. It was like fraud alert. And I like, why? they 5 out of the last 7 games, as we said before, were tough, and they won in a blizzard, and like it's just like horrible conditions, and they still won the game. So I don't know. I think people are just mad that they didn't cover the spread. I think public is all on the Cheatrius. I think the public's on Seattle. No, um, I haven't
I'm not
looked. I
sure.
haven't looked in a few days, but yeah, I'm seeing 73% of the bets are on Seattle. But
Wow.
the sharps have not come in on the Patriots yet. At least yet. There's still a lot of time. Maybe the sharps are waiting for a better number or something. Oh yeah, sorry, Seattle. Yeah. The public's all over Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know because of that too. Now I'm leaning towards New England a little bit. Oh, imagine if they. I mean, if Seattle gets it on the one, I think the only thing you can do is throw it. No one would expect it. No one would expect it.
Because this is
And then you look and then they look brilliant.
No, they wouldn't.
But if it
Even,
worked, I mean,
even if it worked, it would be stupid because then you would have to run the clock out. You would give the Patriots too much time.
well, I'm saying at any point when they're on the one.
Oh, at any point, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I would throw it first play just because you know that they would never expect that. I think that would be brilliant.
Or what if they're listening to the show and they're like, "Oh, we should guard it."
Yeah.
No,
Then I should get credit of some kind.
we should look. I don't know if NFL teams listen to the show, but I know that they read the website. They read our mock drafts, and so if there's a chance that they could be watching the show randomly. So yeah.
Imagine the balls you'd have to do that. But I think it's not. I mean, only if it works. But imagine they did it and it worked. I think that would shift the momentum back over because imagine that's something that's going to plague that fan base forever.
Yeah.
So at least that'll shift a little momentum back, put a Band-Aid on it, you know?
Yeah, but what if they do it and it's intercepted again? And then it's like PTSD for the fans here.
Could you imagine? That would be awesome.
The PTSD for the fans?
No. No, well, that would just be an incredible occurrence.
Yeah. Since 02 divisional realignment conference with better interconference record that season's 14-8 in Super Bowls. NFC was 41-39 this season. One conference tied at 30-30. So what this is saying that Seattle will straight up, but Patriots cover, I guess, based on the other stat too. No way Seattle covers and it goes over, right? Well, I mean, look, here's the thing, right? The house will lose here, but the sports books have killed the public this year. Like they've absolutely slaughtered them. The public sides have been awful. They've 30% against the spread. Like I've never seen the public take it this hard. So yeah, and even if they lose, they're still gonna be up in the season. So I think it could happen, right? Tight season was 32-32. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. Better conference tends to win, and I would think we would agree NFC was the better conference this year.
What a weird year it's been. Do you think the best team won or is going to win?
Well, I don't think the best team in the AFC is in this. I think that was the Bills and maybe then the Jaguars and then the Patriots, right?
I thought the winner of that Bills-Jaguars game would be the team in the Super Bowl.
And they really should have. It killed me my best ball teams. Now, this team couldn't win that I showed on the screen, right? And it would all work out. But I had so much Josh Allen exposure. It's crazy. And I had so many teams advance the championship round. I think out of 100, I did 120 best ball teams. I think I had I think I had 20 something advance to the championship round, which is 1 in 6. But there's already 6 people in the initial pod, so you're not supposed to have that high of an advance rate. And I thought I drafted really well, and I had so much Josh Allen, I had so much Stafford too. I had so many Rams Bills teams. But also, the Patriots were my third most exposed team, so that's why this one worked out. I barely drafted JSN. I thought that was a huge mistake because he wasn't going to play in the first round. You're going to get 0 points, and they barely did anything against the 49ers. They had 10 points. So good observation. Possible to keep them hooked for next year. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, you have to give money back to the public at some point, right? Or they're gonna just not have any more money to bet. My model has a 24-20 in Seattle, though I am considering Patriots money line. We'll decide by next Wednesday's podcast. Okay. I think that's 24-21. Like the score I have in my mind, and I don't know who I'd have the winner as. I have it close to 23-20. So we're on the same wavelength there, Andy. Anything else here? We have two. I think we have two more things to touch on.
Yeah. What about next year's Super Bowl winner?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and then the NHL prop. I assume you want to share it.
Yeah.
Real quick. So this lineup, I think I would play this lineup. I don't know. I might tweak this. If you're gonna do this, maybe make one change because then everyone's got the same lineup, and like DraftKings is kind of suspicious of that. But and plus you want to be a differentiate. You want to differentiate anyway. So yeah, something like this. If you do May, leave the 3,000 on the table to be unique. But anyway, let's get to the Super Bowl odds for next year, which let's see if I could find it. It was on DraftKings earlier. I don't know where it is. Futures maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so the favorites to win the Super Bowl next year is Seattle at plus 950. You can see this on the screen, right? Yeah. Okay. Rams are plus 950. Bills 11-1. Eagles 13-1. Patriots 13-1. Ravens 13-1. It's doing this for those of you who are listening, not watching. Packers 14. Lions 14. Chargers 15. Chiefs 15. Big number on the Chiefs. Although Mahomes is not healthy. Niners 17. Texans 19. Broncos 19. Jaguars 20. Bears 25. Bengals 28. Cowboys 35. Bucks 40. Redskins 60, Steelers 60, Vikings 60, Colts 60, Giants 70, Falcons 80, Titans 100, Saints 100, Panthers 100, Jets 150, Raiders 150, Browns 150, and bringing up the rear, the Dolphins and the Cardinals 200-1. You said you liked one of them here. This is my first time looking at these numbers. I glanced very quickly and I saw one team that stuck out for a second, and then I remembered not to do it. Which I'll explain in a second. But you had you said a number stuck out at you. So I am can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Is it's not Atlanta 80-1, is it?
It is not.
Okay. I know you like Penix and they have a new coach. I thought maybe you go that route. Is it the Jaguars 20-1?
It is not.
Okay, one more guess. Lions 14-1?
No, it's a real long shot. Give me the Saints. I'm surprised to see that low number.
Okay.
It's 150-1 here on Hard Rock, or at least it was earlier today.
Okay.
Look, I don't think they're actually going to win it, but I'm just saying I think there's a really good chance that they win this division. I think Shuck is the guy. I really think there's a chance that he's going to be the guy. And you can just tell the way the whole team, from the coaching staff to the players, like they're really buying in. Like you can see it in their eyes. Like they have something good going on there. I think they could easily win the division. So now you've got a team in the playoffs and you're holding the ticket for 100-1. Maybe they, do a little bit better than expected. Maybe they go like 11-6 or something, and they, I think you could really set yourself up in a position for a nice hedge. I really like this team. I really think they're going to win the division next year.
Yeah, Andy likes it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad, Andy.
I think 151 is a great number for the Saints.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm surprised. Usually Hard Rock has numbers has worse numbers than DraftKings, but
DraftKings not doing too well. Their stock's down to $27 a share. So I don't know what's going on with DraftKings. They're limiting everyone. Everyone's complaining. I don't know what's going on. Thoughts on why the Lions and Chiefs moved from 15 to 17 and Bills 11 from 10. Well, I guess. I don't know. They were either taking bets or not taking bets. So like the Lions and Lions are 14-1 here and Chiefs are 15-1. So you were saying they're 17-1 earlier, so that maybe they took some action. I think Lions of 14-1 is kind of interesting. I mean, they were what, like 6.5-1 last year at this time, 7-1 or something. Like they were one of the favorites. Now they're 14-1, and I would assume that they will bounce back. I didn't like them last year because they had 2 new coordinators and they lost several interior linemen, and plus some of the defensive players that were hurt last year weren't healthy yet. So there are just a lot of factors, but the team will be back. I don't think that they're just going to go away. I think they're kind of interesting at 14-1. Chiefs, when Mahomes come off torn ACL. Now, look, if there's one guy in the NFL who can come back, it's Mahomes, right? And Adrian Peterson tore his ACL and he ran for 2,000 yards a long time ago. It was like 14 years ago at this point.
Oh my God.
It's 2012, right?
It's scary, yeah.
2012. So that could happen. And if everyone's writing off the Chiefs because Mahomes coming out the torn ACL, I think that's a mistake. Now, maybe he's not like himself the first month of the season, but I think by the end he'll be his former self. So the Chiefs are usually like 6-1 or 7-1. You're getting them 15-1. I think that's interesting. That's something I'd be willing to bet or put them in exactas with some NFC teams. The one team I looked at initially and I was like, oh, good value, and then I was like, oh, wait a second here. Was the Vikings at 60-1. And I was like, because I love the roster. Like their defense is awesome. They have Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. They have a good offensive line. They have good running game, good head coach. But there's JJ McCarthy. So I can't do it. Yeah, Minnie needs to work. Yeah, exactly. I can't trust McCarthy. I don't like him at all. I think he's horrible. Mm-hmm. If they still had Darnold or Daniel Jones from 2 years ago, I would like him a lot more. Well, Jones is injured, but still, a fact remains like that they're still better than McCarthy. Now, maybe they bring in another quarterback. The Falcons said Kirk Cousins is going to be released. Maybe they bring back Cousins or something. Maybe they. I don't want to bet on Rodgers. Too old, but if it's some veteran I like, and they bring him in as competition, then suddenly they're going to look better. Another team I think is interesting is the Redskins at 60-1. But at the same time, I have concerns about the quarterback because Daniels can't stay healthy. He has he got injured 4 times last year. I can't trust it.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying and also their defense last year sucked. I thought their defense would play better. Their defense in 2024 is a lot better than it was in 2025. They regressed a lot. Wagner looked like he was decrepit at some point. He did play better at the end of the year, but a lot of their players just didn't perform well. Lattimore missed the second half of the season. This team, I don't think they're well coached either under Quinn. I know that Quinn took the Falcons to the Super Bowl, but that was more Kyle Shanahan than Quinn, and you saw the Falcons fall apart when Shanahan left. So, as much I like the Redskins a lot last year, a lot, and people call me crazy. A few people on here, especially Cassandra, called me crazy, but Cassandra and everyone else is right. I was wrong. I was dead wrong about it. So I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was dead wrong about the Redskins. Stupid pick on my part. But no, I mean, this is a much better number, but I'm very concerned with how injury prone Daniels is. So I don't really want to trust it. I do like a couple other ones, but you were going to say something.
I can't believe the Titans and the Saints have the same number. What an insult!
No,
that's a joke, dude.
That is a joke. The Saints are mispriced. They're completely.
They really are. Yeah, I think that's a really good. It's a really good number. Put yourself in great position to get a hedge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had a few things here. Lions moved $300. Then DK's down because the CEO said what he said about people losing. I didn't hear that quote. I didn't hear it, but I know that their stock has been down. What about the Colts? Jones will be ready for training camp, it says. Willie, though, is pretty bad injury, right? 60-1. I can see it. I think it's a good number. I don't know. I feel like you could bet this later in like the spring, summer when we'll have a better idea. Like, what if he suffers a setback and then you just have a dead ticket? So if you see positive reports about him, he's practicing fully, then I think you could pull the trigger then. And he might not get 60, he might be 50-1 at that point, but still, I think I'd rather have more information, But I think that's a good idea. I think that's something you could pursue for sure. Healthy Chargers, yes, that's one of the teams that I was going to bring up. The Chargers had a ton of injuries this year. They're 15-1. It's not a great number. Maybe you can find a 17-1 or 18-1 out there. The Chargers, they brought in Mike McDaniel. I love that hire. He's not a leader of men. He's not a head coach, but man, he can scheme up a lot of brilliant things. And I think Justin Herbert's gonna be really excited. I think people are writing off the Chargers a lot, and they're just saying, "Oh, Herbert can't win a game." It's like, well, if both your tackles are out against the top 10 defense, of course you're not going to win. And so, like, there's a decent chance they have better injury luck this upcoming season because it can't get any worse than it was this year. I think that this kind of reminds me of is the Milwaukee Bucks from a few years ago when they kept saying, "Oh, the Bucks can't win," and then the Giannis led them to a championship. Kind of has that feel to it,
Yeah, I don't hate this number. I would maybe.
Yeah,
I would. I love the Superchargers. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm also concerned. I mean, I really like Herbert, but still hasn't won a playoff game, and I don't know. I guess there's, but if they stay healthy, I think maybe it's all right.
Well, once upon a time, Peyton Manning couldn't win a playoff game.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and Phil Mickelson couldn't win the Masters, and he did. Things change. And I think that it's funny if you do like Peyton Manning's career in reverse. He wins the Super Bowl his first year. It's like this guy's amazing. Or think about Dan Marino. He never won, but he got to the Super Bowl in his second year. Or is his first at 84, whatever. His first second year. So he got to the Super Bowl early. So and then he never won. Jaguars 25-1 worth a look. What are they here? They're 20-1 here. But if the 25-1 looks better, I didn't bring them up because 20-1 wasn't like too appealing, but I think that's definitely worth a look because now Liam Cohen's going to have experience. Trevor Lawrence another year in that system. They still have Jacoby Myers. The defense was really good second half of the year. This is a team I bet to win the Super Bowl this year. And I thought like you, I thought Bills Jaguars winner would go to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but because I had exactas on the Bills and I have exact the Seahawks Patriots anyway, but still it was more. It's I have 22-1 on Seahawks over Patriots, and I have 30-1 Patriots over Seahawks.
Oh, awesome!
So I'm taking care of both ways. 22. We'll look at that in a second. So one team I want to bring. What did you say?
Go for it. Go for it.
No, you go.
The Bears at 25-1. That seems pretty juicy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I thought it would be like closer to like 18 or 20.
Something about the Bears this year is they had a lot of good luck and they won a lot of games they shouldn't have. So I would think like they're a regression to the mean candidate. But at the same time, they're going to have a coach in his second year. They have same thing as Jaguars, a quarterback in his second year in the system. You would think that and what if they make some good moves in free agency? Suddenly maybe they can avoid it. But at the same time, it does seem like regression to the mean is likely. So I don't know. 25-1. I don't think it's good enough for me, but I don't hate it though. I think it's okay.
All right. Well, you were going to bring up another team.
Yeah, and then you're going to think I'm crazy initially. What about the New York Football Giants at 71?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, I definitely think it's might have some hedge value later on.
Well, I look at it this way, right? They have Jackson Dart, who's going to be in the second year, who played really well at times last year until he lost like half his roster. This guy barely played with Malik Neighbors. I think they played like a half together, right? I think it was the Dart's first start was when Neighbors got hurt in the second.
Was it really?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the Chargers game. No, not the Chargers game. The Week 4 game. Was it Chargers? Giants schedule.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was Week 4 Chargers. I just want to make sure that's correct. Week 4 they played the. Who was it? Week 4. Yeah. Week 4 they played the Chargers. It's 21-18. They won that game. Malik Neighbors got hurt in the second quarter, so they didn't even play a half together. Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna get Malik Neighbors back, They get Cam Scatabo back. They have a high pick in the draft too, so maybe they
and
add
and
a
John
defense.
Harbaugh.
Yeah, right. They something that I've learned, and yeah, Andy's one of the people pointed this out to me, is if you look at teams that didn't quite live up to the talent and then fired their coach and then brought in a much better coach, you can make a lot of money betting them the next year. The Chargers are a great example. They had so many bad coaches like Brandon Staley and stuff like that. Get rid of Staley, they bring in Jim Harbaugh, and suddenly they're a playoff team. And yeah, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but if you bet their win total over, like that skyrocketed over. Like it wasn't even close. And if you bet them for most of the games in 2024, probably they covered most of the games. So I think John Harbaugh could have a similar effect here. Like think about they Brian Dable as coach. Like this guy is like a buffoon. So and then they had an interim coach for half the year. So like their coaching is going to be so much better than it was last year. And they have Andrew Thomas still on a left tackle. Their offensive line is not that bad. It's not great, and they still have a lot of work to do there. But at least they have like a foundation. Yeah, Bears this year. Andy was talking about Bears this year. Absolutely, like that was an astronomical upgrade that they had a coach, and this would be as well. And then they have a great pass rush. The Giants pass rush is awesome. Now they have a lot of deficiencies in the secondary and the run defense. So like I'm not saying that they're a great team by any means, but they have they have a high draft pick, and given that they have a rookie quarterback on their contract, I think that they have. I'd be surprised if they don't if they have some cap room here. I'm trying to look at their cap room. It's actually. It's not great. It's like middle of the pack, so it's not great. But like I'm sure they can get rid of some bad contracts, because when you have a rookie quarterback on the contract, you're going to have you're going to have a lot of like wiggle room with your cap space, and so yeah. So I think this is a team that could be a lot better than they were last year. Will they win the Super Bowl? I don't know, but like we've seen second year quarterbacks, especially in new offenses, do really well. Caleb Williams, for example, and Jackson Dart played better in his rookie year than Caleb Williams did. So, and he had a lot less to work with. Like Caleb Williams entered the NFL, everyone said, "Oh, he had the best supporting cast of all time for number one pick." Like Jackson Dart had Malik Neighbors for a half, and he had Cam Scatabo for a few games, and then he had nothing. He had Theo Johnson, Darius Slayton, and Wan'Dale Robinson. That's it. That's what he had to work with. And like now he's getting Neighbors back. He's getting Scatabo back, new head coach. I think this team is going to be very underrated next year. And 70-1 seems like a good value. I'll be betting them over win total as well.
Yeah, I think it's decent value. I guess my only counter argument would be, Neighbors is going to come back from injury. Scatabo is going to come back from injury. What if they lose a step? And then Dart was banged up too, a couple times. I mean, I just feel like losing one of those pieces, if they end up becoming like injury prone, is really going to take the wind out of your sails of that play potentially. So, but otherwise, I agree, and I do think they have some good pieces now. Harbaugh as a coach and a high pick, so I would consider it too, but that would just be my only counter.
It's fair. I mean, it's not like a perfect team, but I think they have a lot of growth potential. This team, yeah. Look, Neighbors may not be 100%. We'll see, but he suffered the injury way early in the season, so it's not like he got hurt in December. So there's a chance that he could be 100% or close to it by the start of the year. And what was Scadabo's injury even? I forget what it was.
Was it knee or something? I can't remember.
Right ankle injury. So dislocated ankle. So that's a fractured tibia. So like it's not like a devastating injury. He could. I feel like he could be 100%. So
all right,
we'll see. Anything else here? Browns have a Pro Bowl quarterback. Let's
150-1.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I'm over here. I'm like thinking of trying to make an argument for it, but I don't think I can. Hey, how about this? Why don't the Raiders trade their number one pick to the Cardinals, man?
For what? Why wouldn't they take Mendoza?
They can sign Malik Willis. what I say.
Okay.
And just Cardinals give him a king's ransom of draft picks.
Depends what they get. I mean, everything has a price, you know. That's what I was saying. Like when we broke the news last week about the Vikings reaching out to trade for Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Well,
And people were like, "Oh, there's no way the Bengals would trade Joe Burrow." It's like everyone has a price.
yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous to say otherwise.
And the Cardinals give him Paris Johnson.
That's it. Anything else?
And like draft picks and like big draft picks. And then they signed like Malik Willis.
I'd rather have the problem with Malik Willis. I like Willis, but the problem with Willis is that he's going to command the big contract. He's a free agent. I mean, he's a free agent anyway.
Yeah.
So you could just sign him. So he's going to command a big contract. He's going to be a lot of teams need a quarterback, and they're only I would call 1.5 quarterbacks in this draft because I don't really trust Ty Simpson. So there's Mendoza. He went back to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just Mendoza and Simpson in the first round, and I have Simpson number 16. I don't like him. Charlie has him too. I guess maybe Charlie likes him more, or maybe he thinks the Jets are going to draft him at 2. I have the Jets drafting at 16. Jets have 2 and 16.
Wow.
So like Mendoza has Charlie talked to some player personnel and teams, and they compared him to Joe Flacco with mobility. So I mean, Flacco was he wasn't an elite quarterback, but he was pretty good when in his prime, and he didn't have mobility. So if you add that to Mendoza, then you have a pretty good franchise quarterback. And if you draft Mendoza, you have a quarterback in his rookie contract. I think that's huge because you could basically do anything you want with the cap. You could sign whoever, and just make all the right. Hopefully, you make all the right moves. You can sign a bunch of crap players; it won't matter. But the Raiders have the second most cap space right now, and so like, do you really want to dedicate that to like a veteran quarterback, or do you want to just keep having a ton of cap space? You get Mendoza, you get some good free agents. Kind of like the Patriots did this year. The Patriots had the most cap space last year. They signed a bunch of players, and now they're in the Super Bowl. I think the Raiders, if the Raiders make good free agency signings this offseason, they could be a playoff team by 2027. It's just the NFL changes so quickly that way.
What if Mendoza said he doesn't want to play for the Raiders?
Well, then you do what you do.
Well, isn't he kind of like a religious guy? Like, what if he's like, I don't want to live in Las Vegas?
That's yeah.
Then what?
That's fair.
What I'm getting at is hey, how can we capitalize on like something crazy happening? It may not be as far fetched for the draft.
Oh, so you're saying bet?
Yeah, like team to draft Mendoza, someone other than the Raiders is something I'm like if like a trade happened or
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Is that even out there? Are those? I haven't seen those props at all. But I live.
Yeah, but usually it's still we got a lot of time still.
Yeah.
But like I wonder if there could be an opportunity to do something like that. That's what I'm saying. I mean.
I think get Charlie on that.
Yeah, wouldn't a team like the Cardinals like benefit more? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Jets could just trade up from 2 to 1, or the Cardinals from 3 to 1.
Yeah, what if the Jets? What if they just wanted to swap?
Yeah,
picks and they throw in something else,
Yeah, they see that all the time. The Bears moved up from 3 to 2 for Trubisky. The Vikings moved up from 11 to 10 for McCarthy. You see that all the time.
Yeah, what geez, I don't know. Do you think that's the worst play? I mean,
they have a lot of chapels for Mendoza in Vegas. That's true.
There you go.
That's a good call, Tom.
I don't know. I mean, he's. I'm not saying I heard that or anything, but that could definitely be a thing,
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of there are conservative people who hate gambling for sure. I don't know. I don't understand it.
I mean, I'm not saying I think that's going to happen, but I'm just trying to think: is there any scenario where that? I mean, I guess the answer. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Is there any scenario another team ends up in that number 1 spot, and how can we capitalize on it?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. we've seen quarterbacks say they don't want to play for a team before.
Yeah.
We had obviously Eli Manning did it. Actually, that was his dad. His dad basically said it, and Ryan Leaf basically said he didn't want. Ryan Leaf skipped out on the meeting with the Colts. The Colts were gonna take a Leaf. Like you always hear the story where like the Colts drafted Peyton Manning because like, oh, if you don't draft me, I'm gonna beat you guys. You hear that story on ESPN. They're like, that's why they drafted Peyton Manning. No, Jim Irsay wanted Ryan Leaf, and Ryan Leaf skipped out on the meeting, and Jim Irsay saw that as an insult, so he drafted.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
that's right. Man, what could have been?
Yeah.
The Superchargers could have won some Super Bowls, maybe.
Yeah, and then they're not in a position to trade that pick to the Giants. Someone else could have that number pick, and then Eli could have been elsewhere. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know. I don't. Maybe that's not as far. Oh, thank you, Dom. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know like the extent of how like devout he is, but
he's pretty religious. Yeah, he is. It's fair. I don't know.
You never know, and probably nobody would fault him for it too. I don't think he'd get backlash from the public. That's just who he is. I think
it's called Sin City. I feel like it's more family friendly now than it's ever been. I think they kind of changed like the culture of it, sort of. Obviously, there's still. But like before, it used to be like, oh, you could only bet sports in Las Vegas or Atlantic City unless you did it with an online sports book, right? But now you could do it anywhere unless you're in a weird state or something. but most states do have it online, and so you can play casino games online. I don't know, you'd have to be crazy to do it, but you can do it online. And so what is you see those tourist numbers on Vegas is down. It's like, of course it's down. You don't have to go to Vegas anymore to do that stuff. And it's still cool stuff out there, like shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like you don't have to go there to gamble anymore. So like,
right.
I don't know. It's like, is Mendoza going to see that as a place he doesn't want to go when where he lives, he can just open up his phone and play his slot games? It's the same thing.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I don't think he thinks he's gonna like, be taken in by it, but it's just like, from like, I don't think that's that far fetched of a situation that he might say like, hey, like I have like some sort of moral objection or something adjacent.
Yeah. Elway threatened to play baseball for the Yankees if the Colts picked them number one. Elway had a minor league contract. That's interesting. I was like 2 years old when he was drafted, so I don't remember that one, but that's pretty cool.
I knew that.
People of strong faith, which he very much seems to be following faith over anything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he feels about Vegas now, because like if this were 20 years ago, I think that he might definitely feel that way. Well, of course, Vegas didn't have a team 20 years ago, but still, still though, I don't know. It's interesting. I didn't consider that, but maybe we'll have to. Yeah, Charlie will be at the combine, not in the combine, at the combine area, of course, because we're banned there. But yeah, we'll have to ask Charlie if he can do some digging on that. We'll see.
Yeah, it could. I mean, let's look for an angle.
Yeah,
for sure. And I think what I said, like a different team to select Mendoza, because it's going to be like negative 10 million for the Raiders.
Sure. Right.
So we definitely get some good odds if something crazy like that happened.
Oh,
so yeah, I think whatever odds we would get, they would be really, really good, and would probably be it unlikely that that notion that I just put on the table here would come to fruition. Like, I think there might be value. Who knows? And they could trade. So
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, what if they took Simpson?
I mean, if they traded down, yeah. I mean, I would assume that they would trade down at that point. If they did a swap with the Jets, it would make sense. Then they wouldn't have to worry about the Jets taking Simpson, which I don't have happening, but Charlie does. So might depend on Mendoza's thoughts on the Raiders coach. Yeah, we'll see who they hire too.
Yeah.
I think they're waiting on Clint Kubiak. I think either way, he's going number one over. Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I would be surprised unless he gets hurt. He would be going number one. Guessing Raiders. Yeah, I think Raiders. Yeah, I think Kubiak's going to the Raiders. That's kind of what It seems like.
Are you kidding me? Dak Prescott is 13-1 to be MVP. Get out of here.
You're not betting that?
No, and if you want it, I'll book it for you. Dak Prescott is 13-1 and Bo Nix is 35-1. I mean, I don't think Bo Nix is going to win it either, but I mean, come on. What? These numbers are. How is Prescott 13-1 but Jackson Dart is 45-1? Actually, the Dart, that's not a.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Malik Willis 100-1.
That's
how about Shuck? That's not. Well, I probably wouldn't, but I mean, if they win the division, which I definitely think they could, if they went 11-6 or something, they might have a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not seeing
Joe Flacco.
Shedeur Sanders 201.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders 201.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's 300. Mac Jones.
There's Ty Simpson. Let's see, like who's like the worst here. Colson Loveland, AJ Brown, Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers. Why is he listening? I guess he could technically be Miami's starting quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Jeremiah
look at all these. Cam Scatterbo.
Yes, yeah. Why do they even list? Like, what world is Lad McConkey going to be MVP? That's crazy.
I know, right?
If you had to pick the guy who's going to MVP next year, who's it going to be?
Let me see here. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence would be a bad play, especially with Travis Hunter comes back, and they've got some reps with Myers. Seems like the coaching situation is working out with Cohen. 20-1. I think that's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good too. I think Dart at 45-1 is nice. We mentioned that too. Shuck at 100-1 is it's good value. I don't know if it's going to win, but
yeah.
If Mahomes comes back and looks like himself, and the Chiefs win the division, I think he wins MVP. 10-1, it's pretty good. And then to the extent that we're talking about Herbert with Mike McDaniel, he could be energized, and if the offensive line's healthy, he got off to a great start. His first 3 weeks when he had Joe Alt healthy, he was looking great. The Chargers are 3-0. They look like maybe the team to beat, and then all hell broke loose because Alt got injured, and then they had no blocking, and the Chargers just started losing. But if their linemen stay healthy, like, look, they only need one of them to stay healthy, with Joe Alt or Rashawn Slater, because like if one of them's on the field, they're going to block well. Now if both stay healthy, that's something different. But you have a much better offense coordinator, and you have a guy who's super talented. I think Herbert 10-1. I mean, it's not like great value. I'm just saying, like, I think if you're talking about like who is going to win MVP, I think Herbert Mahomes. I think one of these guys is a really good shot.
Okay.
But it's not a great number, so that's I'm not saying that like bet it though.
JJ McCarthy 80-1.
Who's betting that?
But imagine though, he like snapped out of it, and the Vikings are already like solid.
Snapped out in the what? Like he didn't even throw a lot in college. He handed the ball off so well that they drafted him 10th overall.
Yeah.
Chiefs and are another year older, so Mahomes may need more new blood on offense. Yeah, you expect Kelsey to retire too, so he will at least have Rashee Rice the whole year, which he hasn't had the past 2 years. So that's at least something. But he needs more. I agree. He needs more.
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence looks like the best option to me. It just said
that's value. Yeah. I think you're right.
Oh. Well, thank you. I'm typically not good at these things, but I did graduate from handicapping school.
Oh, recently. Yeah, you got to hang up the diploma in the back.
Yeah. Well,
our last topic. Do you want to talk about who you like in hockey? Is super juicy.
Get it in
the cup champion.
Get it while it's hot. For the NHL fans, I'll tell you what. Now I'm slightly biased because I'm a lifelong Penguins fan, but I got them at 100-1 to win the Stanley Cup. Now, the East is really tough this year. The East is really tough, and it moved overnight since since I think this morning it went to 75-1. This team is legit, I think. So the past 3 seasons they missed the playoffs, and they kind of did the same thing, both all 3 of these past 3 seasons, where they kind of started out okay. The middle of the season was, near disaster, but then they kind of turned it on at the end of the year, and then were in the running to grab the last playoff spot. Now they didn't get it all 3 of those years, but they came close down the stretch. And I think the odds are that high for that reason. I think, maybe the sentiment is, the Penguins, they're just going to do that again. I don't know, man. Crosby and Malkin are playing like they're in their prime. They've been fantastic for as old as they are. They've got some great support. They have a great supporting cast. Rust, of course, Carlson and Letang. They've got some really good young pieces. I like Brazeau. It's got that guy Ben Kindle is he scored an absolute snipe of a goal last night. Kid's 18 years old. He's like a true rookie and is really looking promising. So I think this team is really deep. They just got Skinner from Edmonton, and I think yeah, and Skinner, he isn't really known for being like the I think Skinner's pretty good, but he's not great. I mean, he still was on the Oilers, and they went to 2 straight Stanley Cups that they lost the last 2 years. But since he came over, I wasn't super excited about the trade for Skinner mid-season, but I think he's like 8-1-1 or something like that since he came over. He's been awesome. So I don't know. I don't think they fall off the map and miss the playoffs this year. I mean, at numbers like this, even if you get 75-1, I think it's worth it. But I got it at 100-1. I definitely think they miss they miss. Yeah, they make the playoffs for sure. I think they're really deep. Things are gonna be looking good for you if you're holding that ticket, especially if they're coming in hot and get maybe a higher seed somehow. So that's what I think. I really love the Penguins here at this number.
All right, I bet it. And we'll see. Hopefully it hits. That'd be cool to win 71-1.
Yeah.
Anything else before we head out?
I think so. What's Andy saying here? Joking around, odds are long. They play us 15 games.
He's talking about JJ McCarthy's 80-1 to play 15 games. It's true.
That's a bet.
No, he was joking.
Oh. I'll fall for anything. Jeez. Oh, okay. He's joking around about that. Jeez, I don't. I guess I'm just tired in my brain. I swear my brain isn't. I guess it's part of getting older. Isn't functioning the way it used to. Not that it ever functioned at that high of a level, but it's just. Sometimes lately, maybe I'm just tired. Like I feel like I can't find the right words, and that's I've always been very, taking a lot of pride in my public speaking skills. I mean, I still do fine. I mean, sometimes I feel like I can't remember like words that aren't that difficult. Maybe I'm starting to lose it.
I think it's just a sign that you're tired and just need more sleep. I don't know how much sleep you get, but I know you wake up early.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right. I hope I'm not like starting to lose it. I
think you're too young to lose it.
Yeah, that's
you're younger than me.
Yeah. Andy Pens are currently second in the Metropolitan. Yeah, and you know what? Now here's the thing. I think they're only 6 points behind the Hurricanes in the division. I mean, it's a tight division, even right below them. So, like, a lot of things could get mixed up here with 2.5 months to go in the season.
Right.
But I think they're 6 or 7 points behind the Hurricanes, and they played 2 less games. The Hurricanes are a really good team, but the Penguins are 11-1 to win the division. I don't think that's the worst. Those are the worst odds. I mean, they're really not that far behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Hurricanes like minus 850 to win the division. So they're the heavy favorite, but 11-1 for the Penguins to win the division. It's maybe not too terrible.
No. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be on. We'll be rooting for the Penguins here. So that's good way to close
Absolutely.
out the 10K celebration. So thank you guys for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. Thank you to Ron for the $5 super sticker and the boss. Wow,
Yeah, thank you
$50
guys.
super chat. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. This is a great super chat to commemorate
Thank you.
our 10K. I can't believe we're 10K subs in the
Yeah.
summer. I remember talking to a fantasy football counselor who came on the show once this year and then once last year. I was like, oh, we hit 5K subs. And now we're
Yeah.
about 6 months later, 7 months later, we're at 10K.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
10,062 to be exact. So
Holy cow.
that's really cool. Awesome. So
Yeah, that is great.
10,000 10,200 next. Let's go.
Yeah, wow, that's very substantial, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's hey, we have a good time here too. Although you got all very different guests with all very different perspectives, and it's all good. So you're building something good for sure, man.
I did post a thing on Twitter where I said thank you to everyone who's been current co-host and a former co-host, and I hope I didn't miss anyone. That was like my fear when I sent this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like here I'm posting it here for those of you to see. We were 10K subs. Thanks to the current co-host, the Captain's Fake, Quacky, Evan, and Andy, and recurring / former, and that's Mike Lachine, Jacob, and Eitan, and our great listening community. Matt Vi was our first co-host, but I don't think he has Twitter. And I haven't talked to him in years anyway. I've reached out to him a couple times via text, just never answers. So maybe he has a new phone number or something. But no, I was like, oh man, I hope I'm not missing anyone. It's like I'll get like a message like, hey, what about me?
Yeah,
you know,
they're probably so mad at you right now.
I know. I really hope I didn't miss anyone. I don't think I did. I mean, we had like a bunch of one-offs, like I like a couple of guests here and there, but like everyone that I wrote here was multiple. And we had the couple like my friend the Omniferal came on for like 3 episodes, and my friend Dave came on for like 3 episodes. So I didn't include them, but like anyone who's been on for, I would say like 8+ episodes. You know,
yeah.
On that. So yeah. Thank you, Dom. We appreciate it. Thanks.
We've been doing this for like 3 seasons now.
Yeah,
come on the show.
Yeah, that's called Twister. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We used to do it once a week. That when I started this back in 2015, 2016. Just once a week. That was it. And then it became a nightly, like 4 nights a week. It became like three years ago, I think. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to talk to everyone on here. You know, we get. I feel like we have such a smart community. I always see like other people's comment boards, and like there's like dumb comments, like who's listening to this. I feel like we have super smart listeners, and it's always cool to get everyone's perspective and everything. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's always a blast. So all right, guys, we'll be back next week. Twixter. It's like a movie. We'll be back next week. We're gonna have our Super Bowl picks next week. Can't wait to see what everyone comes up with. And then full speed ahead for the game in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit walterfootball.com for tons of content, all free, as you guys know. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you